school football on Comcast. Tonight, it's the North Coast Section 4A Championship from the Oakland Coliseum as the Pittsburg Pirates try to end the 150-game winning streak of the De La Salle Spartans. Dan Wall and Steve Sanchez, as always, here on Comcast, the last game of the season. And Steve, right off the bat, can Pittsburgh win?
Well, sure they can, Dan. I mean, there's always hope, but it's going to be an uphill battle for them. Maybe the rain's going to, kind of neutralize each other. I don't know, but yeah, they got a chance. And whenever time you got a football game and they're peaking at the right time, they got a chance. Yeah.
Well, one guy that's really given them a chance is Brian Robinson. 600 yards rushing in the last 3 games, 10 touchdowns. He's really turned out to be a superstar for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Dan, on top of that, they're really peaking at the right time, like Coach Galley said in the paper, and everybody knows that. It doesn't take a genius to figure it out. I think this is going to be De La Salle's toughest game probably all year.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's probably the only team in this whole area that can even match up with them on the field. For De La Salle, of course, lots of stars, lots of D1 players. One guy that he didn't play the first 5 games, but he's come back strong is Cameron Colvin.
And he's just real explosive, real fast, the real deal. I mean, he's a great running back, and the way they're coached and the way their whole program is. They're for real, Dan. They're always there,
Well, you know what, folks? It could be history tonight if they can end the streak. It was almost 12 years ago to the day, December 7th, 1991, that Pittsburgh won 35-27 right here at the Oakland Coliseum, the last time De La Salle lost a football game. We'll be back with all the action next on Comcast.
Tonight's Comcast Game of the Week is made possible by Be Creative.
www.funnelhead.com.
Everybody's heard of the streak, and sometimes it even gets a little bit tedious. But it's not as though the Spartans haven't tried to spice things up by playing nationally ranked teams. 8 times since '97, they've played nationally ranked teams, and the games really haven't been all that close. Although they've only trailed once during that entire span, they trailed 3-0 against Evangel Christian back in October. So they played on national TV, they've played in front of the big spotlight, they've played good teams all over the country, yet the theme remains the same. They're just better than everybody else. Guys?
Thanks, Tony, and we're going to send it down to the field for the national anthem. can see the captains out on the field: Rashawn Harris, Brian Robinson, Brian Robinson and Percy Robinson, number 93. Here's the umpire, the referee for tonight's game. Unfortunately, folks, I just got to explain to you real quickly. Due to the rain and all the craziness that's out here, we don't have some of the refs' names. We don't have some of the cameras that we would normally have. So we're just doing the best we can out here tonight.
We got a patch-up job, and we're just going to try to bring the game to you and just sit back and have some popcorn and enjoy the game.
Robert Crowley is another captain for Pittsburgh.
It is a hit. So you look on the top. See which way do you want to kick. Watch, you go ahead and put your back.
Well, that's Ken Leffel is the referee, so I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, we know
Parker
Ken.
Hanks is one of the captains tonight, alongside of Willie Glasper.
Yeah.
Number 50 for De La Salle, Steve Fujimoto, and 51 Chris Biller are the captains. And Pittsburgh will kick to De La Salle, and they will kick from our right to our left. And I think they're going to bring the teams out on the field. Maybe because of the rain, they held the game, and they're not going to have the introductions. In the Miramonte-San Lorenzo game, by the way, let's congratulate the Miramonte Matadors, who we cover a lot.
Coach Wade, congratulations to your staff.
They won. They beat San Lorenzo in the 2A championship. So everything's done now, Steve. This is it.
This is the Grand Poobah.
It's Poobah.
Whatever.
Okay.
But you know, I spent a little time with Roger Theater before the game, and he was really high on Humphreys. At Miramonte, he says, I love the kid. I think he's got great form and whatever. And folks, anything you hear, anything that goes wrong is not us, it's God. So hang in there with us.
You're going to hear some crackles and some pops. It's going to sound like Rice Krispies tonight.
Right. And we may lose the pitcher. We may come back. We don't know what's going to happen. We're just kind of riding by the seat of our tails now, as they say, Dan.
It's been pouring since about 4:30 out here. It's now 7:30 at night on Saturday, December 6th. You'll probably be watching this on the weekend of the 13th and 14th, next weekend.
And Dan, what do you think? Let me ask you a question since we've got a little bit of time here. The weather, do you see it favoring anybody or on these? Because you know both these teams. What do you think?
I just think that anytime you can get anything different versus De La Salle.
Okay, that's a good point.
Tonight Pittsburgh's going to start Juan Corral at quarterback. He's a lefty.
Right.
Different, from the last time they played.
All right.
They're playing in Oakland. It's a bigger place. I don't care how good you are. There's these guys, and I know that De La Salle is by far the most superior high school football team probably ever assembled over the past 12 to 20 years.
Right.
Still, there's got to be butterflies in some of these guys' stomachs. They're playing at the Oakland Coliseum. They're heroes, the Raiders, for some of these kids that played here. And I think the rain might equalize the game a little bit. It might. One thing about Pittsburgh, they're a little bit more of a mucker kind of team. They're bigger.
Right.
Whereas with De La Salle, it's more technique, it's more strength, it's more speed. And sometimes on a field like this, it can get sloppy. The ball can be wet. I mean, look at the field out there. It looks like they're playing in a pond.
And another thing, remember this, Dan. What happens a lot of times, people think just because it's raining, they're going to grind the ball down, they're going to run it, they're going to do the old smash mouth football. But I'll tell you what, a lot of times look for the passing because remember, the defender don't know where that guy's going on offense.
There's the standing water that's out on the field right now.
But I hope you get my point. The defender, the offensive guy knows where he's going. The defender don't know where he's going. He's got the advantage. Of course, maybe the quarterback with the bigger hands has the advantage too. I don't know. We just have to see, Dan. There's a lot of intactables, come into play.
So Pittsburgh is 10-1-1, and this is the thing that Coach Galley was talking about. It's very unusual, Steve. They were 10-1-1 in 1991 when they started when they beat De La Salle the last time.
All right.
They tied in the third week that season. They tied in the third week this season.
Okay. They
lost to De La Salle at home in 91. They lost to De La Salle at home in 2003.
Okay.
So it parallels very nicely.
Doesn't mean
probably the best Pittsburgh squad since then on the field tonight against one of the best De La Salle squads of the last couple of years. So Coach Ladouceur, though, said in the paper this morning, and I don't know if this was, I think he was talking to Terry Edson, the athletic director and defensive coordinator. He said that, he knew that something was going wrong. It just didn't feel right in 91. He almost predicted that situation, and he was right. They lost the game right here at the Coliseum.
Well, I'm a big stickler for all that stuff. Don't mean nothing. I mean, you're out here now. This is a decade later. No matter what happened back then, what happened now, it's two different things.
Well, Pittsburgh had a big barbecue over at their new football facility last night. There's Coach Ladouceur on the sidelines. He looks like he's going duck hunting.
Well, the thing about Coach Ladd is that a lot of people don't know the mystique about him. I recommend you get the book by Neil Hayes and read about it. And before you judge De La Salle, you need to know a little bit more about him. There's a lot of people who do know about him. We've got to know him a little bit. And, I just respect the whole thing that they do over there. And it's a great program, and they look after their kids, and they got a lot of dedicated kids who sacrifice to make things work over there, and that's what it's all about.
So let's set it up for you. Pittsburg in the orange. You know, tonight they're both wearing dark colors. Kind of interesting tonight, Steve. In the orange with the black helmets, white pants. De La Salle in the customary green, the big green machine we like to call them, with the silver pants and the silver helmets. Ricardo Hurtado will kick tonight
And
for
folks,
Pittsburg, and there he is.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, Dan, but folks, if you look at the crowd, everybody is underneath the overhang.
Yeah, there's tons of people.
There's tons of people. You just can't see them.
You can't see them. They're all here.
They're here, though.
Glasper and Colvin are deep for De La Salle. The Spartans 12-0. That's not a shock, Steve, since they haven't lost for 12 years. 150 in a row. The bands are on their feet. The crowd is ready. And despite the rain, we should have a great spectacle out here tonight. Hopefully it'll live up to last night's 37-36 triple overtime 3A game. Good kick by Hurtado. And this is Glasper at the 8-yard line. And you can see the footing already, Steve, is going to be very treacherous. It looks like they're playing out somewhere in a marsh. And there's the first big tackle of the game. They're going to take over near the 20-yard line. Here's the offense for De La Salle. Gutierrez, the quarterback. Terrence Kelly and Willie Glasper, the running backs. Cameron Colvin and Alex Stroud, the wide receivers. Parker Hanks, a very good tight end. Across the front line, Lama, Wilhelmi, Fujimoto, Biller, and Bailau for Coach Bob Lattiser and the 12-0 De La Salle Spartans.
Well, Dan, here we go, and the footage should tell a story this first series, what we're going to get.
This is Terrence Kelly up the middle, and you know Pittsburgh has the NFL-sized defensive line led by a number of players who made that tackle, and we'll tell you right now who they are on the Pittsburgh defense. Robert Crowley, he's the small guy in there with Percy Robinson, Ron Shank, and Rashawn Harris. Robinson and Harris, all league performers this year. Very good linebackers, Junior Tino Felice, Steve's favorite player, Saka Fafidi, and Miguel Blanche. In the backfield, Wyatt Blackman, Gorey, and Brian Robinson doing double duty for Coach Vic Galley and the 10-1-1 Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pick up a 5 on the first carry, Dan. It's 2nd and 5 to go for a first. Right up the middle.
Gutierrez, the quarterback. Handoff. Oh, a great play. A great play and that's one of those great linebackers, Blanche, who came through. Steve, it might be a little treacherous later to try to tell you, if they run up in the middle a lot, who these players are with all this mud.
You know, let's watch a replay right here. He reads it real well. Real nice leg tackle, and folks, well, that's what they're playing in tonight, right there.
It's muck. It
And
was
you know,
a lot
Dan,
of fun to play in that when you were a kid, but I don't know
yeah.
if you got a 150-game winning streak on the line if you're going to like it too much.
Oh, they're going to love it. Believe me, they're out there for the challenge. It don't matter. It's all about responding to the adverse effects around you.
Gain of 1, 3rd and 4. Play action. Gutierrez has time, throws over the middle. Hanks is wide open and he drops it. Hanks, the tight end, a great linebacker and tight end for De La Salle, was wide open. Now, it might not have went all the way due to the field, and that just goes to show you, Steve, on a dry might have been a touchdown.
Well, look at the protection he has right there. He throws a really nice ball, and it's just right there in his hands, and that's something you don't see a whole lot from Parker Hanks right there. Great player, great career at De La Salle. That's something you just don't see, and it's all due to the weather right there. What a great throw, though.
Jonathan Gio is the punter for De La Salle. Nice kick. Comes down to Derek Davis at the 35-yard line. This is Davis looking for an angle. Gets outside, and he gets back to about the 40-yard line. He's taken down by Alex Stroud there on special teams. Here's a look at the Pittsburgh offense. There are some changes tonight due to injury. Of course, Juan Corral's done a great job since he's took over for Vince Zeno, who's out with still suffering the effects of a concussion. Saka Fafidi in tonight for Benjamin Blackman at fullback. Brian Robinson, a great running back. Crowley and Clift are two very good wide receivers. Robert Cox is the tight end. Across the front line, Molecue, Hernandez, McConis, Pfeiffer, and Harris. Rashawn Harris coming to a D1 school near you.
And Dan, I got to tell you, this whole game's going to happen inside the box. On both sides, offense and defensive ball, that's where it's going to be won and lost at, in the trenches.
And there's you can see how slippery it is right now. Robinson doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Great pursuit that time. Stroud was over there.
Number
getting
28,
up off the pile.
28, Terrence Kelly, he was in there late, Dan, and that tells you. Let's watch a pursuit right here. He almost loses the ball on the snap right there. He recovers. Look at that right there. That is just, Stroud was...
Here's the De La Salle defense for you.
Really penetrated really well on that
You see a lot of names going both ways for De La Salle here.
Well,
Drozba, Patori, Bailau, and Biller across the front line. Parker Hanks, Terrence Kelly, and Alex Stroud, great linebackers. Glasper, Payne, Colvin, and Watson in the defensive secondary for Terry Edson, one of the best defensive coordinators in high school football. Draw play to Robinson. Robinson has some yardage this time. Might have got back to the original line of scrimmage, Steve. Hanks was there alongside Kelly to make
and
the
Hanks.
tackle.
Same suspects on that play, Dan. And, it's just, I don't know how many big plays you're going to see. De La Salle was just a hair from making a big play the last time they had the ball. But I still believe inside the box here is where these games going to be determined at. But Corral, what a great job he's really done for coming in for Sino. I mean, his rating's got to be off the charts, whatever it is. It's phenomenal.
He was 8 and 9 for 275, 3 touchdowns against Antioch. Last week he threw 3 touchdown passes. Yep. Him and David Clift have been hooking up. Now Clift is in the game. He's in the slot on the right side here on 3rd and 10, and then there's a I believe now this is something that's interesting. It's going to be a delay, Steve. Actually, tonight we have the clocks in the end zone.
That's right.
Now, I think Pittsburgh called timeout and got out of this.
Yeah,
actually,
they did.
De La Salle called timeout. That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
De La Salle must not have liked what they saw.
Yeah. It's 3rd and 9, Dan, and you got 3 timeouts in the first half. There's Coach.
That's Coach Aliotti on the sideline. Joe Aliotti from Pittsburgh High School, went to Boise State University, was drafted by the Los Angeles Express. I am part of the Joe Aliotti Memorabilia and Trivia Society, by the way, Steve. I just wanted to let you know that.
There's Vincino on the sidelines right there, and
too bad he can't play in this game tonight.
No, but you know what? He had a great career, and he's one of the main reasons they're here tonight.
Yeah, he's got some Division I schools looking at him.
Oh,
he
yeah.
suffered a concussion in the last couple of minutes against Clayton Valley, the game we brought you back in late October. And of course, that might be Coach Galley. I'd have to see the front of his head.
It's not. That's not Coach
Oh,
Galley.
there's Bill Gay over to the side.
There's Galley coming off the field.
Yeah,
right
Galley's out there on the field right now.
Yeah.
Great guy. Had visited with Coach Galley a number of times this week. He was very excited that we were able to get this game on. 3rd and 10. Corral, play action, looking to throw, steps up in the pocket. He can run.
Yes, he can.
He's back to the line of scrimmage, spins, and he's going to be very close.
Oh, he's going to get it.
He got it. He got a first down.
That last spin move is going to move the chains for him, Dan.
No, I don't know, though. This is going to be close.
Nope, they're calling it 4th.
Nope, they're calling it 4th. This is going to be 4th and very short. This is where you play the field position game. That got Clayton Valley back in the game last night, Steve, playing the field position game.
Let's watch the replay right here. And right here, here's Corral. He's got plenty of time to throw, which is a good thing. But, the pressure gets to him. But right here, legs can beat you as good as an arm, and he does a great job. Good camera angle. Right there, there's a nice necktie right there. But what a good effort for him to try to move it. The coach right there thought he had it.
You can see how slippery it is. Glasper missed that first tackle, and then it was Parker Hanks who knocked him out of bounds. Just short. It's going to be 4th and 1. And number 88 for Pittsburgh, Chris Terry, is on to punt. The lone deep back.
Well, they almost got it, Dan. What a punt, though. Beautiful punt.
It should deaden with that water, and it does. And
right about the 10.
Yep.
9.
So that's where De La Salle take over. They got to go 90 yards to score. No score, 7:45 to go first quarter. The Comcast Game of the Week brought to you by great friends of the program here on Comcast every week, and they include Rocco's Ristorani and Pizzeria in Walnut Creek. Contra Costa Clean Water Program and Mr. Funnelhead. Mazay Pontiac in Pittsburgh. ParamountTechnology.com. Brendan Theaters, where you can see The Last Samurai, started this week with Tom Cruise. S&S Import Service. Caltech Pest Management.
Bobby Gonzaga.
Williams Company. Thanks to all the great friends that help us bring you these games every week.
And
it was a great season, and here we are, Steve, closing out the season at the Oakland Coliseum again. Who would have thought?
Yep, and I got the Gonzaga family here today, Bobby and Frank, also known as the Beast. They came up. They're my son's baseball coaches from Antioch High.
Hands off to Glasper, and Glasper bangs ahead for about 5.
Not a bad first down play.
That defensive line for Pittsburgh, we've seen them a number of times this year, and they're just phenomenal, especially Robinson, 6'2", 348, all-league performer. Ron Shank, 6'2", 336, who should have probably, if he didn't make the first team, made the second team.
Yeah.
Rashawn Harris, 6'5", 280. And also we want to mention Robert Crowley. Even though he's a smaller guy, he doesn't get as much ink. He does a great job.
And right now you've seen early, De La Salle's run right at him for 5 yards a couple times. That's something we haven't seen all year. Nobody's run up the gut on these guys.
Straight ahead again, and this is just a big old rugby scrum.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly was the ball carrier. Fafidi was there.
Saka Fafidi.
Hey, you said it right.
Well, because I've been drinking them for so long, Saka Fafidis, and I finally there's a drink now called Saka Fafidi. You know that?
Really?
Yeah, there is.
Okay. 3rd and about 1.
And I don't drink, but if I did, I'd have one.
You just said you had a bunch, and then you said you don't drink.
Well, I don't drink now.
You mean like right now?
No, I don't drink at all.
And that was just a quick snap to Gutierrez, and he bounces ahead for the first down.
Yep, moves the chains.
Steve, De La Salle this year always playing an interesting schedule. We'll take a look at it.
Watch the hit right here. Saga
yeah.
Fafiti comes in and gives him a nice shot.
They played Mitty, Palma, St. Francis Mountain View, Foothill, La Costa Canyon, Evangel Christian. Beat all the teams in the BVAL, beat Castro Valley, Monte Vista last week. They won that game 48-13. So they play a very interesting schedule because they're an independent.
They don't, there it is again.
Another sneak.
Yeah.
And ahead for about this
5
is
or
going to be
6.
an interesting game, Steve. Maybe they figure that they can't even, it's so wet they can barely hand the ball off.
Well, Dan, it's just you're not going to get a lot done. Here it is right here.
Well, they're leaving a big gap, too.
Yeah, and I think he read that. And Fafiti and Felice are in on there and everybody else. It is a rugby scrum. Now, that's good. That's a good call.
Just a big rugby scrum out there today. 2nd and 4 after a gain of 6 by Gutierrez. And this is Kelly. And Fafiti is there to make the tackle. It's going to be very close to a first down.
Oh, that's going to move the chains. Yep, they're moving it. And Blanche was in on that, and Fafiti and Robinson, and it's just.
We talked about De La Salle's schedule. Pittsburg started with a great game that we broadcast against Miramonte 23-21, beat Hercules. Tied Logan, that was the tie back in there, Steve, and then went straight through the league undefeated. The only loss this year for Pittsburgh was to De La Salle, 26-0 to De La Salle at home. In that game, they only gained 54 yards. They had 1 first down, but they played with a third-string quarterback. It was the week after Sino got hurt.
That's right.
And the rain is kind of, now it's just a drizzle, but the field is already pretty much toast. Milk toast, because it's wet. Gutierrez fakes an inside screen, throws a screen, other side to Kelly. He has 3 blockers out front. Nice play, though.
Yep.
Instead of being a 40 or 50-yard gain, that one was stopped. I believe that was Blanche.
And Robinson was in on it, number 2. But they set this up perfectly, Dan. This is just well executed right here.
Let's see if we can see on the replay. It was a nice gain on the screen, but usually this is the kind of play they run for a touchdown.
Yes, it is, but it was set up real nice. And Colvin right here makes some nice cuts, and they move the chains. Is it Gutierrez or Gutierrez?
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez, thank you very much. Now, was his brother the quarterback?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
well,
Matt Gutierrez
okay,
now at the University of
well, then I
Michigan.
know it's Gutierrez. Okay, you always got to ask that because it's outside the border.
And he's just a junior. He's the only junior starter on the offense. Gutierrez to throw. They set up the same play, fake one way, going long,
but
and this is just, this is ugly. And I think this is what's going to happen here.
They're just going to let him play.
Yeah, let him play because they were all running around and
Right.
kind of jumbled up, and Stroud was the intended receiver.
Right.
Down there in coverage for Pittsburgh was Foster Gorey. Let's watch it again.
Okay. And here's Gutierrez. Plenty of time. Kind of doesn't, and it slips out. Probably doesn't get a best throw. Kind of hangs up a little bit there. And gives the defender guy time to adjust. And boy, said, it's just.
Looks like Water World out there.
Yeah.
Water World USA. But that's a good call on first down.
Oh, yeah.
2nd and 10. 2 wide receivers near sideline.
Nice kick out block.
Oh, yeah,
what
that
a
was
nice
a great
kick out block.
This is Kelly, and Kelly has a first down. Kelly's at the 40, he's at the 30, inside the 30, knocked out of bounds by number 17, Joseph Blackman. But another first down and the biggest play of the ball game for the Spartans.
Yeah, we're going to have to look at that, Dan. Bailau, I think, over there, and Biller and Fujimoto, Willoughby, they all did a great job on the line right there. There's a great kick-out block right there that concealed the outside. And boy, Kelly right here, he's just off to the races right there. There's some real estate right there. Good job. Moves the chains. They're in business. Good job by our camera. Yeah.
20-yard gain, first down, De La Salle. We don't have a stat guy tonight. Dave Jackson otherwise occupied, so we'll try to do the best we can with spotting the distance for you. This is Glasper, and he runs into Crowley.
Yeah, Crowley, real good job. Yeah, he said enough of this nonsense. You ain't going nowhere.
Loss of about 3 on the play. We'll call it loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
Okay.
You can see Willie Glasper. Right? Willie Glasper, excuse me, it's Jackie Bates that's going to Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie Bates going to Oregon. But I would assume that Glasper and Bates and Colvin and Hanks and Kelly and Gutierrez eventually. Yeah, look at those guys aren't dirty yet, Steve.
They want to get dirty, though.
There's a number of players that are going to be D1 players for De La Salle. And we have a list of some of the college players and pro players that have come through this, so we'll take care of that in the second quarter. There's a whistle on the field. I think they're going to restart the play clock. They didn't like that call.
Okay.
Over the last 5 years, Steve, Pittsburgh really hasn't been in many ball games against De La Salle. 61-14 in 99, 37-14, 42-14, 65-6. This year, they're only 26-0. And they felt good about that game, even though they lost. And that's why Coach Galley said he thinks he feels good about tonight. They might have a chance. Little swing pass to Colvin. And Colvin.
Nice straight arm.
Blackman takes him out of bounds.
Yep.
You know.
Well, you know what?
That's ridiculous.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Well, you know what, though? He took a shot at him. You're going to see the replay right here. He took a shot at him out of bounds. And you know what? You got to hold your cool right here. This is going to go against Pittsburgh. You're going to get a personal foul. It's going to move them, Let's watch this right here, Dan. Well-executed play right here. One-step drop. Throw out here to the flat. Let's watch this straight arm right here. And you get frustrated as a player right here because but let's watch this right here. It's not there. This is it right here. That's where you're going to get it. He don't got to do that. I mean, I know it's cheating.
That's not worth 15 yards.
No, but you know what? You got to hold your composure. And you know what? In high school ball, you never know what these refs are going to do, and that's the kind of thing
that's the problem.
Well, that's the problem. Well, there you go.
That's the problem.
Well, okay.
One guy will let it go, and the next guy will call it.
Well, then you shouldn't do it, just to be safe.
That takes the ball to the 16-yard line. First down, De La Salle, threatening with 3:38 to go in the first quarter, no score. And that in itself is a surprise, Steve.
Well, the quarter's not over.
Well, yeah.
And the rain has stopped, Dad.
Yes, it has.
It has blown through.
It's still drizzling.
Yeah, I don't see nothing.
It's drizzling on that side on the right side of the stadium, not on the left side of the stadium.
That might be
but they're playing on the right side of the stadium right now.
That may be the right side of your brain thinking that it's raining, and the left side says it's not. You never know. Dan, tell me some poor players who've come through here.
Well, the most notable is Amani Toomer, who is with the New York Giants.
All-pro wide receiver.
Aaron Taylor, who played for the Green Bay Packers and San Diego Chargers.
Got a Super Bowl ring with the Packers.
Dave Laverne with the St. Louis Rams, and Doug Bryan, the kicker for the New York Jets.
Yes.
So they went to De La Salle High School. Pittsburgh's also got some players, including Ken Simonton, Shenard Hartz, and Joe Tafoya playing pro football.
There's Crawley. Real good job right there.
That was a good job by Crowley. Yeah. That was Kelly.
Right up the middle. Maybe picked up one at the most, maybe two.
We'll call it a gain of 2. Second and 8.
Yeah. Ball on the 14. Look at that, Dan. We got everything right here to the left of us.
Yeah.
They're going to tell us it's second and 8, ball on the 12.
For two dummies like us, it's amazing what you can get when you come to the big place, right?
I can't believe I found the Coliseum.
Well, I think the directions were go down 880 and the place with the lights on.
Right.
Gutierrez play action. Pittsburgh blitzes. They throw. Touchdown. Colvin was wide open. He beat Blackman. 12-yard touchdown reception. Colvin from Gutierrez, and it's 6-0 with 2:54 to go first quarter.
What a great throw by Gutierrez right there. You couldn't have put that in this kind of conditions, what they're going against. Beautiful throw. And look, folks, that's what they're playing in. Okay, everybody's under the underhang right there. Right there, that picture looks nice, but the other picture really shows you what they're up against. But what a great throw. We'll have to look at that replay, Dan. That was beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, Dan, when you execute like that.
Gio on. The kick is up.
Oh, did he get it?
He missed it.
No, I thought it. Yeah.
6-0. De La Salle over Pittsburgh here. Let's take another look at the touchdown, Steve.
Well, Dan, you're going to like this a whole lot because he shows poise and character right here. Let's watch it right here. Gutierrez right in the pocket. Gets good protection. That's where it begins. Look at this throw. Look at the form. Now watch this. Real nice catch by Colvin right there. Yep. Here's another angle right there. Play action fake. Everybody gets picked up. There's a block by Felicia. Look at this throw. Yeah.
Beautiful.
You got to like that.
Colvin, of course, one of the top prospects in the entire country. One of the top wide receivers, a 4.4 runner, a 4.3 runner. He's amazing speed.
He's just really quick. How fast is he? They're real fast.
That's real fast.
Yeah, that's fast. That's fast.
And of course, he missed the first 5 games due to academic ineligibility, but he came back and has had a great season so far. This team, though, is so loaded. They lose a running back like Bates, and they put Kelly back there, who's a linebacker, and then he goes crazy for 2 or 3 games. And they give the ball to Hanks, and they give the ball to Kelly, and they give the ball to Glasper, and they're just so loaded, Steve. It's incredible.
Yeah, well, you know, Dan, the thing about it is there are a bunch of kids who really almost every year Coach Ladd has got a bunch of overachievers, kids who just dedicate themselves to the season. They start lifting weights in January, and, you know, it's just a crazy kind of phenomenon going on there. And I'm tired of trying to figure it out. I know Coach Ladd is probably sick of it. He's probably going to be glad when he loses. I don't know. It's just a crazy thing over there. But, you know, it's just, I think they get a lot of unjust criticism. I think you need to, you know, because of us, we've been doing this for a few years. You got to understand the program. You got to understand what it's really consists of before you can comment on it, or even really put a judgment on it. Okay, a lot of people just know that they've won that many. They get a lot of ink. They got this coach who probably thinks he's a maniac who just cares about winning. They ain't got the foggiest of what's going on over there. And you know what? Oh well, you know, probably Coach Ladd, if you ask him, you think you're going to win, he'd probably say, I don't care. You know, people, what? I don't care. You know, I'll just try to get the most of my kids, and we'll see what happens. You know.
Gio to kick. Don Smith and Jelani Killings are deep for Pittsburgh, and the ball dies right about the 23-yard line. This is Smith. Nice angle outside. He's at the 35, and he's that play's blown dead to the 39. Glasper knocked him out of bounds there. Pittsburgh will take over, trying to even this one up or take a 1-point lead if they were to score. Steve, they're down 6-0, 2:49 to go in the first quarter.
Yep. Let's watch a replay right here. And every time something like this happens, something funny happens on the kickoff, because everybody kind of pauses, and then right there, that's what happens. And real nice. It looked like number 16 there.
Yeah, how come that wasn't called?
Well, Dan, because the kid kept running, maybe didn't hear the whistle, could have called, but, you know, I'm telling you, it's high school refs. You know, they're going to do what they're going to do. Number 16, Dan, who is that over there on?
That was the kicker. That's Gio.
Gio. Jonathan Gio. Good job by Jonathan. Look at this.
Oh,
look at this.
Number 51, Chris Biller, was in the backfield before Corral handed the ball.
I think he was in the Pittsburgh huddle. I think he knew what was going on before it even happened. That's how quick he got back there. Wow. That's just called, let's watch the replay. Watch this anticipation. Look at this right here. Oh, you ain't going to block me.
Well,
look at it. He goes, I'll tackle you, and I'd get the ball if you get it. What a great play right there.
Fafiti missed a block there, and Robinson was hit before he even had the ball, and they're lucky they got it back.
Chris Biller, what a great job by him. 5'11", 175-pound senior.
4-yard loss, 2nd and 14, Pittsburgh at the 35-yard line, and it's raining again. Corral to throw.
Got
Rolling,
time.
has some time. Looks and throws, has a receiver. This is Davis, first down Pittsburgh, across the 50, marked at the 47-yard line of the Spartans. That was pretty. This kid Corral, you know, Steve, he wasn't even eligible for 8 games. He came out of nowhere, and look at him starting at the Oakland Coliseum his last game as a senior.
And watch the pressure right here. If we get Alan Torrey's big head out of the way, we'll be able to see it. But right there at the end, he just gets slammed. Real nice catch right in the middle of the field. There's Hanks cleaning up the mess.
Coach Galley told us to give Alatorre a little love, so that was his love for the.
That was his love, Alatorre. I seen him the other day at the dentist office.
First down Pittsburgh, their first of the ball game. Corral takes the snap.
Oh, look at this.
Is really low, and that's a fumble. That's a turnover. That's a rain turnover right there, Steve.
Well, that's the kind of stuff you just can't do.
And
right
Pittori
there.
falls on the ball, and De La Salle gets it. You can't do that against these guys.
No, you can't help them.
You do that 2 or 3 times, you might as well just go. Well, they've already helped them once with the personal foul, and now you fumble. And
let's watch a replay right here. There's a pitch. He just doesn't get. He doesn't get it. Kind of a high pitch, and
it's almost like you need to take those kind of plays out of the playbook.
That's right. And number 52, Mike Pittori.
You know, that pitch stuff just doesn't work. You got to keep a back end and the tight end in the block when the weather's like this. You almost have to change your entire, you have to use the plays you know, but you've got to limit your playbook.
De La Salle doesn't do it.
Well, I'm sure they're you know, I haven't seen him pitch. Play action, Gutierrez through up top. Colvin's wide open, makes the catch inside the, I believe it's inside the 20. There's someone standing at the yard marker. It's at the 18-yard line. First down, De La Salle.
And Dan, you can start to feel a little bit of the dam starting to crack a little bit, just a little bit. Gutierrez in the pocket. Look at the time. He reads Gone with the Wind. Then he throws it. Look at this. Look at the separation. Just a nice route.
First down. That's Glasper in motion. Handoff to Kelly. Flag on the play. 2 flags come out on the play. Short gain on that play.
You're going to get some motion on, I think, you're going to get some motion on De La Salle. They're going to send him back 5. Let's see what we got. Let's see how good I'm doing tonight.
Yes, it's an illegal shift on De La Salle.
I thought they had some kind of movement before the ball was snapped.
That's going to set him back. 1:17 to go here in the first quarter. Of course, Steve, the great game in '91, as you see, and Coach Aliotti was a part of that staff,
yes,
or was at Pittsburg High School at that time.
There's a lot of ties between these two schools. There really is. And, you know, it's
Coach Galley went to De La Salle and then coached at De La Salle.
Well, you know, what I always tell everybody, there's a little bit of De La Salle in everybody. Because, well, because you got guys from Antioch going there, a few guys from Pitt, a few guys from, you know, I mean, you know, they're not all from Concord. I mean, there is, and everybody goes, oh, yeah, well, they recruit. Whatever, I don't know. Tell me what kid in any school district at every school is all is within the boundaries now. It's just a crazy thing. People are going out of boundaries. You got inner city kids coming in, so I don't know.
First
I
and
don't
15,
really care.
Gutierrez to throw, over the middle. Nice play by Robinson.
Real nice play. Could have had it picked.
Glasper came out of the backfield. Robinson came over from his safety spot and knocked the ball away. It'll bring up 2nd and 15 with a minute to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, real nice reaction on his part. Gutierrez, he's getting time down. That could be really, look at this throw, just a little bit behind. And Glasper was making an adjustment on the route to get to the ball. If he leads him a little bit, there's 6 more right there.
And it's amazing when you consider that the offensive line for De La Salle, Steve, go 225, 235, 210, 175, and 217 against 205, 348, 336, and 280, and they're keeping them off the quarterback.
Well, I mean, you know, that's the way they do it there. It's all technique and all dedication.
Gutierrez, play action again. Crowley comes inside. They throw a screen pass to Kelly. Kelly's at the 10. Kelly's still on his feet.
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown, De La Salle.
Yep.
It looked like he might have went out of bounds on the far sideline. They didn't call it. 23-yard touchdown on the screen pass. And just like that, Steve, in the last 2 minutes, they've scored 12 points. It's 12-0 De La Salle.
That's what I said. The quarter ain't over yet. It was like, you know, and that's just what they do.
2:54 to go. So it's in the last 2:02, they've scored 2 touchdowns.
And they're probably going to go for 2 here.
They're talking about it on the sidelines.
I'd say they're probably going to go for 2. They better take a timeout if they're going to do it, because with 52 seconds left, you still got a timeout left. This should be an interesting call here.
Seems like they've had a lot of time to bring this play in. One back.
Danny Lattiser is split right for De La Salle.
Play action, Gutierrez with the 2-point conversion. They throw to Glasper and he drops it. So it's 12-0 after the failed conversion. Let's take another look at the touchdown, Steve. Maybe we might pick up a block here that sprung Kelly down the sideline.
I'll tell you what you do. You just look at good execution right here, and you know that's what De La Salle does so good. They always play to your, you know, to your weaknesses right here. They know they're a big aggressive line. Look at him release. Look at that. This is set up. Crawley, he's going for the quarterback. Natural reaction. And here's Kelly. Real nice hands. You got to catch it first, folks. He does that. We can't see. A guy comes in and tries to take his legs out from under him and misses. And that just...
he didn't really need any blocking.
Commitment to excellence. Isn't that a nice place for a De La Salle guy to be right there?
Well,
a couple of them.
Probably because that pertains a lot more than to the pro team that plays here right now.
Yeah, okay.
Send all your cards and letters to Steve Sanchez.
That's fine. That's my point. I just thought it was kind of funny. He had a commitment to excellence, and about 4 De La Salles after a touchdown.
Pittsburgh has scored 145 points in their last 3 games in the playoff games, and going back to the Antioch game. And, of course, Robinson's run for 664 yards. But the way this one's going tonight, Steve, they're going to have to do something, I think, on one of these next couple of drives. This isn't like last night where you can come back on a team, you know, the Clayton Valley Los Lomas type of game, even though both those defenses played well.
Do you know, Dan, a stat that I'm going to throw on you, I bet you don't know? In all of their games in the whole streak, they've only trailed
for a minute or something like that.
One time.
Yeah.
And you know who that was? This year. 3-0 to the team from
Christian.
Yep.
I thought they were behind in one of the modern day games.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Nope.
The ball rolls right to the 1 yard line, and Cliff was in the end zone, so they're going to have to start at the 20. Well, Steve, they've only given up 5.4 points a game, and one of the things they point out is that a lot of the points are given up with the second and third stringers in. Additional friends of the program: Diablo View Florist, Images of 3 Hair Salon, the Quilting Queens, Matchmaker Restaurant, No Name Pizza, Jim's Auto Body, State Farm Insurance, Charter Funding Incorporated, Mary Marie Salon, Rock Bottom Records, Antioch Opticians, Burke and Keller Doctors of Dentistry.
How about this? Here's a Dan Wall stat. Go ahead, Dan.
Also Dr. Hogue on 5201 Deer Valley Road, Suite 3A in Antioch. Not yet.
Okay, let me know when I can.
Now you can.
Okay. Coach Laddiser
Yep.
has got more North Coast section titles than losses in his career. How's that? Do you like that?
That's a good stat, Steve.
Okay, thank you.
Crowley in motion. Play action. Corral. Going deep. Throws one up. Jump ball for Clift. And Clift has to play defender that time as Glasper and Colvin were in coverage. That pass is incomplete. I think it's going to be really hard to...
Look at that. Look what they're playing. Go ahead, Dan. I didn't want to interrupt your thought. Go ahead.
It's going to be very hard to complete that kind of pass in this weather.
Well, you know, here it is right here, Corral. And you know what? You could have nothing but respect for him and the way he's come on. And, yeah, Dan, I agree. Look what it's coming through. Actually, good job by Cliff by going playing defender all of a sudden, because that could have been another one by Glasper. And with the first quarter, 44 seconds left, the last thing you want is another score would have 3 of them in the last 2 minutes, because then you're reeling.
44 seconds to go first quarter. 12-0 De La Salle from the Oakland Coliseum, the Network Associates Coliseum. This is Blackman, who didn't start and I thought was injured but is now playing, and that goes nowhere.
Nope.
So it's going to be third down.
3rd and 10. And I think they might get one more play off, Dan. We apologize for the static or anything you're hearing, folks, on your set. It's, like I said, we're flying by the seat of our pants here tonight. It's really quite amazing that it's a tribute to Matt Bollinger, and there's Vincino.
Yeah, we even got it on.
Congratulations, buddy, on the year you had. And
we found out yesterday that we could do this game today.
Yeah, and I mean, he comes out here in a hurricane and gets it done.
Last play of the first quarter, 3rd and 10. Corral rolling on the river, and it is a river out there right now. And he's running.
Yeah, he's going to get it too.
And I think he's got the first down, and he is upended.
And I hope he's okay. He jumps right up. What a great job.
I think that was Kelly who made the tackle, but a first down for Pittsburgh on the final play of the first quarter. We'll try to save that one for you, Steve, and take another look at it when we come back. Oh, we're going to take a look. Are you going to do it, or are we going to stay here?
We're staying here now. Let's watch the replay right here. And here's Corral. He's just trying to buy him some time. A lost Steve Young. And right here he just says, I'll fake it and run. And he tucks it in, and watch his hit. And, woo! Watson was in on it. Kelly was in on it.
A new water sport.
A new water sport.
There it is. End of the first quarter, 12-0 De La Salle. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on Comcast.
At Mazzei, we believe in giving our customers the best selection, service, and savings. How do we do it? Dedication and teamwork.
You'll receive one-on-one personalized service when selecting your next new or used vehicle. We won't drop the ball.
Good credit, bad credit, no credit. We'll design a finance package that makes you a winner.
And our full service shop is dedicated to keeping you on the road safely and in the game.
Come be a part of our winning team.
Mazzei Pontiac Cadillac, Buick, GMC Trucks, the winning team in Antioch. Great Mexican food, home of the famous margarita, and fun and food in a festive environment. That's Celia's of Antioch. For over 30 years, Celia's has served specialties like fajita supreme, camarones a la ranchera, and other great Mexican food that has brought people from around the area to eat. Every Thursday night is live music from Trio and Saturday night mariachis. That's Celia's of Antioch for great Mexican food.
All right, guys, the Pirates have had a good playoff season this year. They tied Logan earlier in the year, came back to beat him in the playoffs, beat a very good Foothill team by 48 points, a team that came in with 10 wins. Now, the Pirates come in with 10 wins, guys, and only one blemish, of course, on their record, and that was to, let me see, you guessed it, De La Salle. Guys, let's go back upstairs.
First down, handoff to a new running back that time, number 17 in the game, Joseph Blackman. Usually we see him on defense, and he picks up about 3. He'll be 2nd and 7.
Chris Biller on the tackle down. Hey, Dan, I want to comment last night on the Clayton Valley Los Lomas game. Mortensen, what a great guy, player that guy is. And he's related to Matt. And I know Matt's sister was there. I want Matt to think back 18 years ago, probably his age, 17, 18. Was your sister ever alone with Ray Nitschke or Dick Butkus for any period of time?
Or what's his name? Jack Lambert.
Jack Lambert or what? I mean, I just want to. I started thinking about that last night, and I go, think about it, man. I mean, was he ever in Wisconsin when Nitschke was playing? Or Butkus? Was he in the Windy City, Chicago? But I don't know.
No, that was a great game last night for any of you that last week saw that. You had Brendan Swisher on the one side put in a great effort, and Mortensen. All the players should be commended, the coaching staff.
Oh, it was awesome.
And as I told Coach Longero the other night, I don't think I can really give you the nickname he penned for himself, but it just had to do with something. He said he's had a nice set of grapefruits, is what he said there on that last play.
Okay.
You can use that on a family channel. The Riverboat Gambler,
Look
Coach
at this.
Longero.
Look at this.
That went nowhere.
Biller's having a big first half.
That was Blackman again. I wonder if there's something wrong with Robinson.
I don't know. But let's watch big number 51 penetrate right here, Dan. Watch this. He gets the ball. Look at this. Wow. Biller. Woo. That's how fumbles happen right there. Kelly was in on it. He mopped it up a little bit. There's Coach Bly going, wow, these guys are just quick. They're good.
Yeah, Brian Robinson is on the sidelines right now being attended to. That's why Blackman's in the game.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 15, the ball at the 29-yard line here. 10:33 to go second quarter. De La Salle by 12. Corral looks like he's almost down in a catcher stance when he takes that.
Look at this.
This is
Look at
Biller.
Look at Biller.
And he gets away, does a Houdiniac, throws. The ball was wet. He throws it right to Crowley, and he drops it.
Yep.
That was almost like shot put, the way the ball was slipping out of his hands. This is really some treacherous field out here right now, Steve, with all the water and with the weather.
Well, Dan, all the chaos and the madness in that play. Let's watch it right here. And right here, here's Biller. I don't know what he had for breakfast this morning, but obviously it has a lot of carbs in it and stuff. But right here, he gets away from him, and he makes it happen. Makes a pretty good throw, puts it on the numbers, and he just can't, complete it, can't finish the play. So now they got to punt. They got to give it back to the green mean machine.
Thought it was the big green machine.
I don't know, the mean green machine, whatever. The green machine, De La Salle, whatever you want to call him.
Terry to kick.
Line drive.
This is Colvin. And a good tackle this time on special teams. Try to get that number for you at the bottom of the pile.
Well, I can tell you right now, Dan, it's Brown, number 84.
84, thank you. I was trying to get the yard marker there, Steve. I'll tell you what, folks, it's a lot. Dave Jackson, you always say Jackson knows what he's doing. He does know what he's doing. It's a hell of a thing trying to do without him. Comcast Game of the Week brought to you by great friends of the program, Delta RC Raceway and Hobby Shop in Antioch.
Thank you, the NOAX.
Mello's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Bob and Mike Mello, thank you.
Lone Tree Golf Course.
Pat Kane and Jack Oakley, thank you, guys.
Italia's Italian Food.
Doug and Martha, thank you.
A&B Creative Trophies, downtown Antioch.
Jack and Jeannie, thank you.
Sounds of Pinewood Studio.
Russell Lanier, thanks. Thanks to all you guys for helping this happen.
We'll get the rest of them after this play. The ball's at the 45 of De La Salle. First down. Play action again by Gutierrez. He throws. This one's up for grabs. Colvin's running, and Colvin runs right under it, and the speed takes him right into the end zone. 55 yards, touchdown. That looked like a jump ball when it left his hands.
It really did,
and
Dan.
Colvin just ran right under it and took it right in for the touchdown. 18-0.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Dan. I don't want to take away from your play call. That was just beautiful throw. In this kind of element, what a beautiful, you don't expect to see these plays. That is what is so amazing. Dan, what we're seeing here is the best high school team in the world. That's what's happening right here, folks. And it's unbelievable. Unless they got some in Taiwan, a bunch of guys running around that we don't know about, that they've been practicing for 30 years, I don't know. But this is pretty much the real deal right here.
That was an incredible pass. When it left his hands, it looked like
it was just going to be a jump ball when it got to him.
And he just ran under it. And then when he caught it, the burst of speed took him right in the end zone.
Kind of ran under it like Willie Mays in center field.
You got it. Gio on for the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. 9:54 to go second quarter. 19-0 De La Salle. Let's take a look at the touchdown.
And Dan, here you go right here. Let's watch Gutierrez right here. He's in the pocket. He gets a little bit of pressure up the middle. Look at him standing in there. You got to love that. Now watch this, Dan. Watch him run under this. Oh, this is sweet. And right here, Dan, with this kind of weather, you know where he's going? Hot tub! He's gone. Meet you in the hot tub. Yeah.
Here's a look from the high camera.
They might have had a jump on that if you really look at that. Looked like the tight end might have left it a little early, but hey, whatever. But look at this again.
You see, that
How
was
sweet. How sweet.
You know what, Steve? That was exactly what you said. He knows where he's going. They don't.
Well,
and
there
with,
you
the,
go.
with the footing, he was able to get there. It looked like Blackman was on him. He just couldn't get there once he made the cut.
I'll give you an example on bad weather. Buffalo, Houston, 10 years ago, playoffs, snowing, 20 below, whatever. 48 to what, 44, whatever it was when they came from behind to beat
38, 35 or something like that.
Yeah. Let's see if he jumps.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm just, I thought I seen that. You know what? They got away with one. So what? Big deal. All the good ones get away with them, you know? You ever notice that?
That's the only problem, though, is that they don't need the help.
No, they don't need the help. They jump. But you know what? What a beautiful play anyway.
It was a beautiful play. There's no doubt about that.
Look at that.
That isn't pretty.
Boy, if that guy walked into my house with my wife and the carpet, oh, that guy just might as well just get Johnny Cochran as an attorney.
Short kick.
Let it go. Let it go.
And it
let
goes
it go,
out of bounds
let it
at the
go,
20-yard
let it go.
line.
There you go. There goes the flag.
Pittsburgh will get good field position. You can see the.
That's the biggest flag I've ever seen in my life from a ref.
like
You
that?
see that?
It's a big flag.
Well, it looked like my blanket that I sleep in on my bed. That thing was. Go ahead, Dan.
Roseberry Car Care in Danville, San Ramon, and Pleasanton for all your car needs. Yes, under new management. Go see Roseberry Car Care at those locations. Alberto's Cantina, 435 Main Street, downtown Pleasanton. Call 462 and the other 4 numbers for reservations.
Right.
19th Hole Casino in Antioch. Texas Hold'em, Super Action Blackjack, Low Ball, and many more.
Yep. Eddie Bodine.
Yes. Also want to thank the Monte Vista Cheerleaders and the San Ramon Valley Booster Club for helping us get games on this year. This is it, folks. We can't come up with another game.
No, we can't. I mean,
It's
last
over.
year we had the Battle of Danville.
Yep.
That was beautiful
We were
here. What a way to end Sam Keller and Kyle Wright's careers. We got to do that.
We were here for that one, and now we're here tonight, and this is it. Our next broadcast will come the first week of January. We'll be doing the West Coast Jamboree, Dave Jackson's girls tournament. First down, corral, pressured, goes a little swing pass. It's behind, I believe that's Blackman, and
They're calling
and it's
it incomplete. And De La Salle's going, hey, he caught it. It's a loss of 5. He caught that ball. But let's watch the replay right here. And look at these guys off the ball. And Biller, come on. Wow.
The only sad thing I see in that picture right
Look
there,
at Joey
I was
Aliotti
gonna
trying to say he
is
caught
seeing
it.
Joe Aliotti,
Yeah.
who used to bleed orange and black, on the sideline in green. That's just kind of sad. It's like watching Joe Montana play for the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's a good analogy.
Thank you.
That kind of made me sick, too.
There's Coach Galley.
He's Coach Galley, and he's not feeling real well right now.
Coach Galley graduated in '83 from De La Salle, coached the freshman at De La Salle '91, JV's '92, '93, was here at Pittsburgh with Pardee, and then back with the JV program at De La Salle until he took over 2 years ago at Pittsburgh. Corral running for his life. Nice spin move out to the 35-yard line.
Yep. Clock's going to continue to run. Real nice move. But when all's said and done, they still got, what, a 3rd and 10, 2nd and 10?
He barely made it back to the original line of scrimmage.
You know, it looks real nice, but because he's dropping 20, on yards, and then he's rolling out, and now he's just thinking about survival.
Yes.
And here's Biller again. This guy, he must have been at Starbucks for about 3 hours before he got here.
I think number 52 on that play for De La Salle Pittori just wanted to get dirty. It looked like he just dove into the mud.
Mike Dominguez, 34, was in pursuit.
They actually gave him a yard. It's 3rd and 9. The ball at the 36-yard line of Pittsburgh. 8:53 to go in the first half. 19-0 De La Salle. And the ball's on the ground, and De La Salle has it again. And Steve, this one, another touchdown, I think it's over. I mean, they're making way too many mistakes.
Yeah.
Just way too many. You can't, if they're going to force a fumble or intercept a pass, then that's one thing. But they're just leaving the ball on the ground for De La Salle to pick it up. And here's another example of it.
And let's watch Kyle Bailow.
Bailow.
Did I say Bailow? I'm sorry, I read it wrong. Bailow. There's a good job by him, picking up the mess right there. Down in Tennessee, they say that looked like a pig going in slop, going to get his food.
Yeah, that did.
You know?
But that's what I'm talking about. It's one thing to run into the line, get hit hard, nice hit, but both the fumbles have been Pittsburgh's mistakes. Legal substitution on De La Salle. And if they score here, Steve, I just, we always say, Clay Callum, our good friend who's done some games for us, always tells me you have to score 35 points to beat De La Salle. And Pittsburgh, obviously, at this point right now, doesn't have any, so they have 35 to go. And I just don't see him scoring 35 points against this team.
No. But you know, Dan, the main thing is, you know, this was the big granddaddy of all the playoffs right here. It was a 4A, and you got the top team in the nation playing. And hey, we're lucky we were able to come here and play it and show it. And
hey, the last time a team scored 35 was when Pittsburgh beat them in 91 against De La Salle. Hand off to Kelly. Kelly, very patient, picking his way through.
Yep.
Gets a couple. Robinson's at the bottom of that pile along with Blanche. And also your buddy, Saka Fafiti.
Fafiti.
A Fafiti on the rocks.
That's just Fafiti on the rocks. That was a gain of 4, Dan. His 2nd and 11. Ball's on the 33. 8:24 and count in the second quarter, and everything's all well in De La Salle land right now.
Yeah, they won the cross-country championship.
Yep.
They'll be a favorite in the BVL in basketball, wrestling, baseball, tiddlywinks, and rugby.
Okay. Not necessarily in that order either.
No. Gutierrez hands off to Kelly again. Behind Hanks, a great block. Bounces outside. He's at the 25. He's at the 20.
There comes
he's at
2
the
flags.
10, 2 flags.
And there's a fight right here at the middle of the field right here.
Man, that was
got Robinson and
and
54.
Drosba were
Yep.
going at it. There were flags coming on the line of scrimmage after the play. We could have a lot of infractions actually here. We'll have to wait for the call.
Well, you know, and it was way behind the play.
It's a hold. And by the way, just so you know, folks, they're televising the game inside the Coliseum on Diamond Vision, and that's why Ken Leffel is pointing towards the opposite sideline, because that's where the cameras are. They're using their mics, they're using their cameras, and that's why he's away from us. So,
okay.
But it's a hold on De La Salle. It's going to bring that one back, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and
There's
long.
a Diamond Vision. Look at that Comcast sign underneath that. That's my home TV's about that big in my bedroom. Okay, maybe my bedroom's big as a TV. I don't know.
That's a pretty big TV.
It is.
2nd and 15, the ball at the 38-yard line. De La Salle has scored 19 points in the last 6 minutes of play. And there's another penalty. And
They're
this
going to
is
get a delay. Got to be a
De La
delay.
Salle-like. No,
Yeah.
there's still plenty of time. There has to be a procedure.
Huh. Well, nobody was moving, so I thought that maybe there was a delay. Okay,
Well, we have some time, Steve.
Okay.
Here's some of the players that have come through that are playing now in the college ranks. Maurice Drew last year, he's at
Right.
UCLA.
Mo Drew, kid from Antioch.
DeMonte Fitzgerald's at Montana State. Anthony Binswager's at the University of California. John Chan and Cole Smith at the Naval Academy. Damon Jenkins in the University of Fresno State.
Let's watch a false start. See if we get it on the replay here, Dan. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Hey.
Look at that. The whole line went, maybe, I don't know, maybe there was something between the quarterback and center on that one.
I think Matt's doing that in the truck, power of the truck. I think he's doing.
And now there's a timeout on the field, which is perfect for us because we can do a little business or talk a little bit more about the players that are in the NCAA. To buy a tape of this game, purchase your copy of this game, shipping courtesy of UPS included. Call 933-6264. Ask for Metal Matt.
Yeah, the big brown machine and bring it right to your door.
Rocco's Ristorani and Pizzeria, voted best pizza in the East Bay. Ignacio Valley Road, Oak Grove. Yep. One of our great sponsors, been with us the entire time we've been doing sports here.
He's always there to help us. We want to thank Rocco. Helped us a lot tonight, and he's really always been there for us, and we want to thank Rocco. Him and Matt Mazzei are our 2 big ones.
Brendan Theaters in Concord of Pittsburgh. The Last Samurai just came out with Tom Cruise. You can see Haunted Mansion. You can see Elf still out there.
That's right.
Bad Santa.
Tom Cruise, is that real ugly guy?
Yeah, he's
an ugly
you're
fella.
cuter than him.
Oh, heck, come on.
Here's a few more, Steve. Eric Sandy at Colorado State University, Chris Mulvaney. And these are all guys from the class of 2003. Some of the other names you might remember, Derek Landry's at Notre Dame. Andy Briner's at the University of California at Berkeley. Matt Gutierrez at the University of Michigan. Some of my favorite guys, one guy I remembered that played here, Chris Simon at the University of Tennessee. He was a monster. Also another guy that played here, DJ Williams, was a great player. He's at the University of Miami. And Demetrius Williams at the University of Oregon. There's some other names in there. We'll bring them to you
and you know,
throughout
Dan,
the game.
That's just the kids who continued in football. You see all the kids who became doctors and lawyers and all these good things. Look at this throw.
That's a jump ball. And it should have been picked off by Roderick Wyatt, but he tipped it away from Stroud, and the pass is incomplete. It'll be a 3rd and very, very long. Now, Steve, we don't normally have locations here, but we can do some good ones on this next one.
Okay.
I'm going to let you think about it.
Okay, let me think which way that is. Okay, go ahead. I got it.
Here's the replay.
Okay.
Good play by Wyatt that time to tip it away. Steve, I'm going to say it's 3rd and the Shark Tank, where I'd be tonight if it wasn't for this game. Now, do you have a preferred?
I was going to say third in the Fremont drag strip, but I don't even know if that's there anymore.
I think they tore that down in about 86.
Cha-Cha Mo Downey, I think she ran that right off the old charts.
3rd and 20 from the 44. Hand off to Kelly. And Kelly, oh, what a straight arm by Kelly.
Oh, boy.
Kelly runs, he reminds me of Eric Dickerson. Runs kind of straight up, just push that defender away.
Reminds me of Leroy Kelly.
Leroy Kelly,
Hey,
Cleveland Browns.
his last name's Kelly?
Terrence Kelly,
Leroy Kelly? One was on a brown team, one's on a green one? Wow.
You threw me there.
Oh, okay.
Gain of about 8, 4th and 12. Fafiti hit him and bounced off.
Yeah.
And he was brought down by Rashawn Harris on that play. Rashawn Harris, we haven't called Rashawn's name that much.
Nope. Dan, be careful right here. They may have something up their sleeve right here.
They do.
Uh-huh.
Because Gutierrez, well, I knew it because Gutierrez was lined up as the punter.
Right.
4th and 12, and then there's just madness. That was a jailbreak. They centered the ball to Glasper.
Yeah. Look at Edson. They're all going crazy. When they don't execute, they get chewed out.
Yes.
What are you guys doing?
I don't think they get mad at them if the play doesn't work, but they definitely, the one thing you don't want to do at De La Salle is not execute the play. You can see when I watch this here, this looks like a jailbreak.
Yep.
Here comes Gutierrez. The punt returner has to come up and play safety.
Okay, you're thinking, what's going on here? And then he walks away like, okay.
Well, he was still in motion, but you can have one guy in motion.
That's what I thought.
Unless there was someone else in motion we didn't see.
I don't know.
Gio on the kick. Almost blocked. Short kick. And they let it roll, and it's going to die at the 5. In the muck, in the mire. Right about where Rick Meyer might play next week.
Yep.
Or the
and
week
right,
after.
maybe he'll be going back to pass, too.
Because they usually start from about the 10.
Yep.
6:19 to go first half, 19-0 De La Salle. Tell us what you think about this game or any of the things we bring you here on Comcast. We want to hear from you. Call 933-6264. Ask for Metal Matt. What'd you say about Metal Matt last night? He's not doing anything else, so you just give him a call?
Well, you know, I mean, I'd like to have 2020 investigate the guy. And you know who that is?
That's Oren Cross.
You know who that is?
It's Oren Cross.
That is not. No, sir. That's Kiefer Sutherland's dad.
No, it's Kiefer Sutherland.
Is it Kiefer?
And I wish you'd be the next victim on 24 after that remark. That's Oren Cross. Used to be the band leader at Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Corral, this is trouble. He's in the end zone. He gets away, throws to no one. And that could be, I think that.
No, there ain't no ground.
Yeah, that could be. Look at the sideline. Look at it. Look at this. Look at Aliotti and the coaching staff. There's no one over there. They have a point there. That was a Houdiniac by Corral just to get out of that, but he threw the ball away just like last night in the end zone. It should have been a grounding. There's no one there.
Let's watch a replay right here, Dan. And right here, it's just penetration. And there's that man, number 51 again. And 5'5" was in on that too, Dan.
Yeah, Kyle Bela.
Yep, you got Chris Miller.
Look, there's no orange there at all. The only thing orange in that picture is the yard mark.
Look at Aliotti. Look. Is that animated right? Oh, you're killing me over here. Come on, you're killing me. Doing the Italian dance.
2nd and 10. Corral, little swing pass inside screen to Clift, and they get maybe 2.
You see Aliotti over there doing that? You know what Ladisher's doing over there? Anybody got a fingernail clipper? I gotta hang now right here. Can anybody got a
Biller, look at the play Biller makes. He fights off 2 guys, then makes the tackle.
Biller has just been really very aggressive in the first half.
That's a very good call.
Very aggressive and very effective. Not defective like me.
Effectively aggressive.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Next time you're on a fishing excursion.
Pittsburgh's 1 of 3 on 3rd down conversions.
And they need something to get out of this right here.
3rd and 8. They just need something positive to happen.
Yep.
Corral in the end zone, rolling. Throws, tipped, nearly intercepted by Hanks.
Parker Hanks was in on it.
Yep, David Clift, the intended receiver. It's incomplete. 5:13 to go second quarter, and Pittsburgh's got a punt from their end zone.
And here's a replay right here. 4-man rush. And boy, they just, Dan, they're just so good at getting off the ball. Big number 52, Daniel.
Pittori.
Huh?
Pittori.
Pittori was in on it. Here's Biller. He's coming in late. There's Parker Hanks.
All of those guys, all-league type performers.
Oh, yeah.
Terry from deep in his end zone. Good punt.
Nice punt.
Out to the 48-yard line. This is Glasper.
It's set up, too. It is set up.
Yep, Glasper down the sidelines, trying to make a cut, and he's finally tackled inside the 30.
Yep.
Fafiti was there with number 22 for Pittsburgh. We haven't called his name
And
yet.
I didn't see his name on the
He's
roster
not on the
either, Dan,
roster.
because I was going to call him earlier, number 22, and he wasn't on the roster.
Number
so
22, the mystery man.
Mystery man.
Christian Mark and the Mysterians.
And
Here's the. We were talking about this earlier. There you can see the scores and some of the scores they ran up especially against the BVAL opponents. They had big games in that game against Antioch we brought you. We had Pittsburgh on 3 times this season against Miramonte, Clayton Valley, and Antioch, and they were all interesting games.
Yep.
Even that Antioch game, there was a lot of good offensive type exciting plays in that game. They beat Logan, and then last week when I heard they beat Foothill 55-7, that kind of
optimized a little bit, too. I'm with you, Dan.
Wow, what
That's
the
what I
heck
was
went
saying.
on there?
Well, you got to realize Foothill, too. I think Sweeney realized this.
There's a penalty flag on the play. The pass is completed to Glasper. There's another penalty downfield.
I think you're going to get a legal man downfield, Dan, for
well, you could, because I see number
55 was down there, yeah.
I see Bailow down there, and there's one at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a legal man downfield. I always like coming over to the Coliseum, Dan. This is a lot of fun for us. And
I've been here so many times, Steve. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Raider games.
Oh, yeah.
A's games. Day on the Greens. Now, right now, this is where you would have been on the stage.
Okay.
When Led Zeppelin played here in 1977. It's about where they built the stage in the old configuration.
Yeah, we're talking music now. Right here, Dan. Here it is right here. Gutierrez. Even though there's a man downfield, good poise. Nice little toss.
There might have been something back here.
Right here, you got 55 right here.
And he's downfield.
But I didn't. Have they sorted it out? Have you heard what the call was, Dan? I didn't hear it.
It might have been offsetting penalties. We can't hear the in-house mic.
Well, it is first and 10.
They're back at the line of scrimmage.
Okay, so we got offsetting because it's first and 10. So that was just that play never happened. Wipe that from your memory. Didn't happen, Dan.
Like that night we spent in San Francisco back in '82.
I know there's about 15 people who can tell you it did happen. Even though we won't admit to it.
Another penalty flag. It's the United Nations of football out here right now.
You know what?
You know, Steve, it's just sad that you had to play in this sort of condition.
Well, you know what, Dan, though?
With the rain.
You strap them up and you give what God gives you. That's just the way it is. That's the way I look at it. You know what? You can sit here and talk about the elements and talk about this and talk about that, but you know what? There's no excuse. You come out and play, you strap them up, and whatever happens, happens. You know? I mean, what's going to happen? If De La Salle beats them, they're going to say, well, you know, the weather, if we weren't good in the weather. And then if Pitt beats De La Salle, they're going to say, the weather, you know, that played a part. So the weather's the weather. Whether you like it or not.
Thank you.
Thank you.
1st and 15 from the 34. Gutierrez hands off to Kelly. And I'll tell you, Kelly just has these cat-like moves.
Yep.
Beautiful run that time. He picks his way through, and then he sees that hole, just makes a burst. A gain of 12. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
Let's watch a replay right here. Here's the line. Look at him moving big number 93. Nice spin move. A la Chuck Foreman. Remember Chuck Foreman? 1977. Speaking of Zeppelin there. 77. Raiders, Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota Vikings.
They were in Pasadena, Dan.
Yes, they were.
Where Freddie Bolitnikoff got the MVP.
That was the Raiders' first Super Bowl
And old
victory.
man Willie. Who could forget it?
Glasper, the snap was bobbled, but Glasper runs over Crowley. No, excuse me. That's Felice. And Felice is down. I don't know, he might be hurt on the play. We have a whistle.
Yep. Yeah, they're going to call it right there.
Felice got hit by Glasper as he went through the line.
The one good thing you like seeing is his leg going up and down right there, because that means you know that he's conscious and that, you know.
Right there.
Right there.
Could be a stinger right there.
Helmet to helmet. It's a stinger.
Want to wish Christian Escher
Yep, that's
our best
right.
wishes.
Yeah, but hope
Los
things are
Lomas
going
High
fine
School.
for him.
Hope you're okay.
That was a very scary
Chris
moment.
Hurd, all
Chris
the kids
Hurd.
that we've seen this year that got hurt.
You know, you know when you analyze everything, you know, there's just a bunch of kids out here playing ball, and you know they're our future, and we got to protect them. And, no matter what team you like, what school you went to, what alma mater you played for, when you see a kid go down, you think about their parents, and you know that they're worried to death, and you just hope everything's fine.
Here's Coach Abono, and while we have an opportunity while they tend to this, let's say hello to some of the Pittsburgh coaches, and we'll also do this for De La Salle. They deserve a lot of credit
Sure
getting
they
their
do.
teams
They
here.
all do. All these guys do.
Coach Galley, who's also the offensive coordinator. Jimmy Shipe, who looks like Jeff Bridges, almost looks more like Jeff Bridges than Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, he
looks
really
like
does,
Jeff
and he's a great guy, Jimmy Shipe.
I like Jimmy Shipe, and of course the Shipe family.
Oh, well,
across
they
the
got
line.
great history. Yeah, they're all great people.
Chris Shipe was the quarterback
Yep.
that beat De La Salle here in
See, I
1991.
know that brain would kick in for you. I knew that.
Sean Beals out of Pittsburgh, also Idaho State, played in the NFL and the CFL.
Yes, he
What
did.
team in the NFL do you play for?
Philadelphia
What
Eagles.
team in the CFL do you play for?
Canada.
The Calgary Stampeders.
Okay, well, thank you, because I don't care what happens north of the border. They remind me of like somebody looking over a loft going, will you guys hold it down over there? What's with them guys in Canada? Yeah, Battle of the Bands, Dan.
That Pittsburgh might have a chance there because their band is one of the best around.
Oh, you got that.
Billy Gay is the coach over there with John Abono, Ryan Brinkley, Mike Orlando, Mike Masseri. Aaron Alatorre, our good buddy, as they
That's
see
right.
Felice coming off the field, and that's good news.
And Bly's a great guy.
Yep.
Billy Bly's a great guy, and so is John Abono.
Billy Gay.
Billy, I call him, you know what?
Why
First
do you
I call
him Billy
I don't
Bly?
know, but he's a big guy, and he's a strong
That's
fella.
why I'd get his name right.
You think so? How about if I just call him Sir?
that would do it. Felice is coming over
How
to
do you
the
spell
bench.
his last name?
G-A-Y.
I ain't calling nobody that big gay. I don't care what you say. I'll call him Mr. Bill.
Now this is a alignment for you. They had 4 linemen lined up, and I think it's an illegal formation because they give us a penalty flag. They had 4 of their linemen lined up to the left of the center.
Long as they're on the line of scrimmage.
Well, just like last night, that circus
Long
play.
Gerald
and,
showed us, yeah, that's right.
they called it the circus play.
And let me just say this, okay? Doug Longerald just gained so much respect for me last night. I knew he was a great coach, but he pulled the rabbit out of his hat last night, that guy. I mean, I don't care what nobody says. This is what
See, look at 4 linemen to the left, and then
Okay.
2 over here. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 linemen.
Okay.
Oh, he wasn't set. That's it. That's
the
what it
one
was.
lineman was
yeah,
up.
54 wasn't
Yeah.
set. That was
I
that
think-
was Drosbaugh, who's not a starter. He was in this formation.
I think as long as you're on the line of scrimmage, you can do anything you want, really.
Yeah, you can have any 7 guys on the line of
Right.
scrimmage.
As long as it ain't me and you out there.
Steve, I'd be dead already if I'd even warmed up. 3rd and 7. Gutierrez to throw. Has plenty of time. Throws back
Look at
for
this.
Hanks. First down. Inside the 10, still on his
Oh,
feet.
yep.
Knocked out of bounds at the 5 by Davis. And that was just, the thing is that they're keeping these big guys out of there. They're not getting to Gutierrez.
Let's watch a replay right here. This is just called execution.
Well, look at this. There's 2
Hold on.
guys on him.
Well, that's smart. He's a big guy.
This guy's
look at this
forced
throw.
at Harris wide. Look at this pass to Hanks.
And folks, I'll tell you what. The thing about it is, Gutierrez will be in the weight room next month, starting next for
Probably
this
be in
season.
the weight room tomorrow.
On the way home, yeah. I mean, that
Tonight.
kid, Anthony's going to be a great one. I really like his poise as a junior, and he's going to be a good one.
Hand off to Glasper. And Glasper runs right into Robinson, and then Robinson does something that I think is legal only in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Short gain. Well, none of us that saw it will ever forget when his brother Matt made his debut. Here's a replay real quick, Steve.
Yep. And right there, look at him right here. And once he gets a hold of you, he's, I think Willie Gosper did just a great job just getting a yard out of that.
In that first
Go ahead.
game that Gutierrez ever played against Mater Dei up in Stockton, had 6 touchdowns and 300 yards as a sophomore.
Who's that?
That was his brother.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
So, and then he, of course, Anthony.
What's that? You got a thought, Dan?
Well, I was saying Anthony Gutierrez had to come in that TV game against Evangel on ESPN. We're going to send it down to Tony with an update.
Well, we want to thank Tony for that report.
I think Tony's mic has met its match down there on the sidelines. Too much water tonight, folks. Hand off to Kelly, and Kelly's in for a touchdown. 4-yard run, touchdown, De La Salle. 1:47 to go, second quarter, 25-0 here for the Spartans. And Steve, here, as you mentioned, with 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the first quarter, there was no score. And here over the course of the last 13 minutes, they've scored 4 times.
Yep. And it's kind of just like
Those are the Carondelet girls that go to
Okay.
Carondelet across the street that are
And
De La Salle
they look
cheerleaders.
like they're well prepared for the elements.
Well, you know, Steve, the big question is, unless Pittsburgh pulls off a miracle, is who is going to beat De La Salle, and when are they going to get beat?
Well, I don't know, Dan. And you know what? I think I've only been doing this 7 years. How many years? I don't know how many years I've been doing
5.
this. But I'm tired of hearing it. I don't really care. You know, hey, I just want to watch kids play. And, you know, and I'll tell you one thing. Coach Lattiser will probably be glad when it's over. You know,
he
I mean,
might.
I
I would say he would be glad. This is the only way he'd be glad is if they lost like Clayton lost last night, where they laid it all on the line. They did the best they could. If they go out and get beat 40-0 by someone and don't play well, he won't be happy.
Well, that's going to happen, yeah.
But if they played a game where the other team just outplayed him and they maybe won by 1 and that was it and the streak ends, he'd probably say, hey, we did the best we could.
Well, you know what? That's exactly what he say. Let's watch a touchdown right here, Dan. It's right up the middle.
It's hard to believe this guy was not the starting running back. How many teams could he start for in the United States?
Let me see. The Raiders are one. Go ahead, Dan. Let's just recap De La Salle season, Dan.
And there's a lot of W's.
Yeah.
You see that. WD-40, Steve. You see a lot of W's there. Mitty, Palma, St. Francis. We talked about this. The big game against Evangel over at DVC that was on ESPN2, you can see there 27-10. Anything in the BVAL, and you know, at some point you're going to have to start wondering: are they going to continue that relationship? Are these BVL teams going to want to continue to get beat by De La Salle year after year? They're going to have to go totally independent one year and play all their games against other opponents.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think it's. We got to get that carried away because the fact of the matter is here. If I'm a coach, Gal and these guys, you know what? This is a great challenge for them. Even if they come up short, no matter what, it's a great challenge because guess what? You got a chance to do something nobody's done in years. Pittsburgh did it 1 year. I mean, they've been beat, you know.
Twice in 19 years.
Okay, well, they've been beat. But when you start going, when do you think they're going to lose? You know what? Everything's going to come to an end someday. I mean, you know, and Coach Lattiser someday's going to sit down and say, I'm done. You know, when's that going to happen? When's he going to have enough? I don't know. You know?
Well, you talked about that. Did you see? Was that in the book or just something that you heard about him saying that he's sacrificed some of his family life for
Well,
this?
you know what? I'll be honest with you. I went and bought the book today by Hayes for the Contra Costa Times, and there he is. You know, he's an intense guy. You know, he's talking stuff. But I bought it today, and I just got to read a little bit of it. You know, but it opened my eyes to some things. But I also knew some of them things already. A lot of people don't know. You know, and no matter what you've dedicated your life to, and you know, it's not just football what he dedicates his life to. It's kids, and it's putting your time into changing lives. And you know what? I'll tell you what. There's one thing that they talk about at De La Salle. Is loving people, love God, love people. You do that, you're going to have a successful life. And that's what they do. And think about other people besides yourself. Those are the kind of things they do there that people don't understand. And if people got a problem with that, I don't know, man. I don't. I mean, I try to base my life on that. You know, love God, love people. That's about basically it. You know, if you do those things, you're going to be a success in life.
Gio to kick. And this is number 24, Killings.
And Killings right now.
He's making a killing.
Look at this.
And then I think he just got killed. Man, he was moving, and Stroud hit him and knocked him back about 5 yards. And then he was tackled. Short return, and Pittsburgh has a minute 38 here to try to get something going. The thing, of course, that's so impressive
Let's
about
watch a
Lattiser.
replay right here. Let's watch this, Dan. I'll get on that thought on the impression of Lattiser when we get back. Now watch this. It looks like it's something in the making. And right here you're thinking, hey, he's got something going on. Now watch this hit here he takes. There's a spanking. That knocks him back. I like to get that number, Dan.
That's Stroud.
That's Stroud.
And then Dominguez cleaned it up.
And then Dominguez just says, okay, enough of this madness.
Now, I was going to say that Coach Lattiser is a dedicated religious teacher and very, very much into the religious side of things, and that's how he lives his life. Very impressive. Corral to throw.
Backside.
And now he's scrambling. He gets away from one guy, and then Hanks makes the tackle at the 26-yard line, or what looks like the 26 mud line from here. Now, Steve, it's kind of stopped raining. Now the wind's starting to blow, and now it's cold. This is ugly out here today.
Well, you know what? Well, we're all alive, and that's important. But right here, he's just in trouble. I think, you know, there's a lot of good coverage by the defensive backs by De La Salle, and he's been having to tuck the ball and go.
Gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Corral to throw again, in trouble again, and sacked.
Look at this. Big number 55.
And then why is there a penalty on that? What in the world could anyone have done wrong there?
I don't know. Is it Bailau, Dan? Is it Bailau?
Well, that's how you pronounce his name, Bailau.
Well, he was the guy in on number 55, and he tried to do a slam on him. Tried to do a WW slam on him, and they wouldn't have no part of it.
WWE. Slant.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Are we going to start picking on each other last game of the year? We've been doing fine.
You told me to correct you tonight.
Okay, thank you. Hey, you want a Listerine mitt?
It's a face mask.
Okay.
I didn't see that.
Let's see if we get on the replay right here. Here's Bailout, number 55, and watch him. He goes WWF right here. Oop! And he couldn't
I
get him
don't
up the
see anyone on a face mask. It looks like it's on the back of his helmet, not on the front. No, whatever.
Whatever.
I don't think Pittsburgh's complaining.
No, you got the guy right next to him. He didn't call it. The guy walking in late throws the flag, so I don't know.
So it'll be a first down.
Ball on the 26, Dan, if you can believe that.
At the 34.
Yes, it is after that play. Thank you very much. It was on the 26. Thank you.
Corral to throw again. Scrambling. He's been in trouble all night, Steve. Lofts one. It's nearly intercepted, but then caught by Davis.
Yep.
And Davis is out of bounds near midfield. And that was a circus catch and really should have been intercepted.
Yeah, and you know, Dan, with 37 seconds left, Pitt's first big positive thing on offense right here with 37 seconds left. Let's watch the replay right here. Should have probably been intercepted. Roughing the passer. They're going to add 15 on it. There's a chance they may be able to get on the board before the half. That'll give them a big lift going into the locker room. This is what Galley needs. But right there, hey, okay, we'll take it.
That was Donnie Payne defending there.
Yep.
And Davis made the catch. And now they're going to move this all the way up. Perhaps inside the 40 to the 35-yard line.
And
Pittsburgh needs to score a touchdown here just to have some positive, something positive happen.
Well, Dan, you got to get a little creative right here. Do a little herky-jerky, something stupid or something that, you know, and they got 3 timeouts left, so they use the middle of the field all they want. That doesn't come into play. There's 37 seconds. You don't got to restrict yourself to nothing right here. You got plenty of time to do what you want to do. And if they can score right here, well, maybe we get, you know, that's something they need to go in the locker room on.
They have 3 timeouts. Corral to throw on first down. Escapes pressure, throws. He had a receiver. It was Clift, and they got the flag. There was a bump there late.
Yeah.
Colvin kind of elbowed
Clift,
and I think the Pittsburgh sideline got that call.
Yeah, and you know,
that's
it's
one
a
of those
judgment
ones,
call.
yeah.
It's a judgment call, and you know what? I'm not going to sit there and say it was a bad call. I think we have to see it on the replay. There's definitely a bump. Okay, we just got to see. I think it's a good call. Let's take a look at it, Dan. Here's Corral, and watch this throw right here. I don't know if we can get it. We're probably going to be late on it. We'll be late on it. Yeah, we didn't get the bump, but it was there. Let's look at another angle. Bailout, giving all the pressure, creating. Now watch this.
That was Corral, not Bailout.
On the pressure.
Oh.
Yeah, that was Corral being pressured by Bailout. Thank you.
You've got too many Al's and Laos going on right now there, Steve.
Oh, I need a latte.
The ball now placed at the 20-yard line. First down. 37 seconds. I thought there were 37 seconds to play. There's still 37 seconds to play. Corral has time. He's rolling. He throws. It's in just an absolute swamp down there to Clift, and there was coverage by Colvin. It's incomplete.
But you know, Dan, I like what he's doing right here with his legs. He's getting out and he's kind of doing the opposite thing, you know. Now they got to respect the run and his passing. This kid can throw the ball. He really can, you know. I mean, he's proven it. So right there, I think that's something. Let's watch him right here, Dan. A little Michael Vick we'll see this weekend again, okay? He's getting out right here, and look at all the space in front of him. He probably could have ran it. He could have run it. I mean, there was a lot of space there. He decided to go for it, and right there the ball's on the ground.
You can see 6 green jerseys down there in that picture and just 1 Pirate. 22 seconds. Now, see, this is what kills me.
Okay,
there were 37 seconds to go. They ran a play. They didn't run the clock. Then there were 37 seconds. Now there's 22.
Well, you know what happened, Dan? They took the seconds off the clock during the play.
They must have, because
they did.
Now there's 22 seconds to go. Ball to 21. Second down. Corral has time. Throws over the middle. Has a receiver. It's Brown. And Brown has it at the 6.
What a great catch by him. Boy, he got punished too.
Pittsburgh has 3 timeouts. I don't know why they're not using them.
They have now. And boy, they really need this, Dan. They need this really bad. Just to pick them up for the morale and to be able to go in the locker room. Let's watch it right here, Dan. Let's watch the price he pays for making this catch in the middle of traffic right here. But you're going to get hit anyway. You're going to get hit. Catch it. He gets hit. It's just the concentration. Who is it? Kelly on it, Dan?
It's Colvin.
It's Colvin. What a lick he put on him.
So I think Pittsburgh has now called a timeout. They have 2 left. That's the best pass he's thrown all night.
Well, that's a great catch by him, too. Adjustment midair, extending himself and sacrificing, giving up his body to move the chains for his teammates. That's a great job on his behalf.
15 seconds to go in the half, 25-0 De La Salle. There's the sideline, and that looks like Highway 4 when it used to flood.
Yes, it does, right below Loveridge. But you know one thing about Highway 4, I really like the commute. There's really no traffic, and it's always nice from Antioch to Concord.
It just flows long.
Just flows beautiful.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
you know what? I'd like to get a report on Robinson. He hasn't been in the game for a while. They have Blanche in the backfield here. First down. Corral to throw again.
Look at this.
Big rush, and Corral's in trouble, and he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And they call timeout with 9 seconds to go.
Left. And they still got one left after this, so they can still use the middle of the field. Here's a replay right here. Look who's coming from the outside, Dan. Bailau, number 55. And is that 54 on there? Yeah, who's 54, Dan? Let's give him some Katos.
That's Drozba.
Drozba?
Matt Drozba.
We haven't mentioned his name, but he's been a great player there. He's 6'3", 270.
And he's a senior.
He's a senior, and you know, just by his size, there's people looking at him.
Well, as I mentioned, that's one thing, but you always say this about De La Salle. Oh, they're going to lose everybody. Well, there's a bunch of guys that are coming up that are going to play. One guy is Gutierrez. He's going to be a heck of a player.
Yep.
And on the defensive side, Payne and Watson are juniors.
Right.
But they are going to lose a chunk of players here. And one of the things I don't know who told me this, I kind of forget, but someone said in a couple of years, De La Salle maybe 2005, 2006, with what they've seen that they have at the freshman level, maybe they might have a chance. You know, that's how you have to look at it. Corral to throw. Jump ball, Crowley, end zone, tipped away by Payne. That looks like the same play they run that won the Clayton Valley game in overtime.
Yep, it does.
Just a flag pattern to Crowley over there.
And you know, Dan, I like the tight end down here in football.
Well,
in
4 seconds, they got one more chance. This will be it.
This is going to be it. They're on the 8-yard line. 4 seconds left. They're going to think about it.
Last time out for Pittsburgh.
Number 32 was in on that play, Dan, Donnie Payne.
And I just love all that static that the rain is causing.
Yeah, well.
Now, purchase your copy of this game, shipping courtesy of UPS included. Call 933-6264. Ask for Metal Math. There'll be a great CC Rock. I think we got a new one this week. Yeah, we got basketball season, and we also have, I think we had a new CC Rock coming. There's the basketball schedule, subject to change, of course.
Yeah.
But probably
on the 24th, we'll probably do the Antioch game. Probably Antioch and
I think that's Antioch
De La Salle. It is.
Yeah,
we'll do Antioch De La Salle the 24th. Got to get Alaco in there for one game.
But
I like the way we're moving around. You know,
Yeah.
we're going to different places, which is nice. Everybody's going to get a little shot. Northgate, College Park, Miramonte, Campos, San Ramon, Monte Vista's there's a couple times. Okay. Miramonte, Acalanes is in it. So we got some people. We're bouncing around. Then we got the playoffs, so that'll put some other people in. So here we go, Dan.
Last play of the first half. Corral looking. Corral steps up, throws. He had Clift had a touchdown and he dropped it.
Wow.
That would have been a big play for Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And unfortunately, and it could have been the ball. The ball is wet, and you know, you haven't seen the ball almost the whole half, but that would have been a touchdown. That was a nice play call, and it doesn't go. Steve, 25-0 at halftime. Not really a big shock.
No.
For anyone here. And yeah, as you know, you said, does Pittsburgh have a chance in the game? Do they have a chance in the second half?
Well, Daniel, I mean, you know, they can come back. This game's far from over. They got a whole second half to play. And I'll tell you what, Coach Ladisher is not going to go there and be content with what's going on here. He's going to be on them for some things, and probably some of the coaches are. But Pittsburgh's got to just, you know, a play like that, they got to keep their head high. Look at them. They look like they're just, they got to get off and regroup right now. They're just dragging themselves off the field right now. So you can see down here in the bottom of your screen, they're just crawling off the field. That's not a good sign. So they're going to, Galley's going to have to get in there and get on them. Okay. I think we're going to get
Coach Galley's coming over to talk to Tony, so we're going to.
Last time we had Tony, we didn't get much out. Let's hope it works.
Let's hope it works. We're going to send it down to Tony.
No, the mic's out, Dan. We're not going to do your thing, Daniel.
It ain't going to work. So we're going to send it out of here. 25-0 De La Salle at halftime. We'll be back with stats and highlights after this.
Great Mexican food, home of the famous margarita, and fun and food in a festive environment. That's Celia's of Antioch. For over 30 years, Celia's has served specialties like fajita supreme, camarones a la ranchera, and other great Mexican food that has brought people from around the area to eat. Every Thursday night is live music from Trio and Saturday night mariachis. That's Celia's of Antioch for great Mexican food.
For nearly 50 years, Mazay dealership has happily given you the friendly service and affordable prices you deserve. And with our large selection of inventory, you always have choices.
Hi, I'm Matt Mazay. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for all your support over the years. Because of you, we've become the #1 Pontiac GMC truck volume dealer in Contra Costa County. All of us at Mazay, thank you.
Come celebrate with us at Mazay Pontiac Cadillac Buick GMC in Antioch.
Sam, what the heck are you doing? We're already late for the prom.
First of all, I'm not Sam. I'm his sister Samantha, and I'm changing the oil in my car.
Isn't that a guy's job?
No, and it saves me a lot of money.
Is there anything I can do to help without getting dirty?
Yeah, you can take this used oil and filter down to the Certified Collection Center on the corner. Or if you have curbside used oil and filter recycling, seal the oil in a properly labeled container and put the filter in a Ziploc bag and leave it on the curb with the rest of the recyclables.
Well, I'm ready to go. You look beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Wait, don't forget to use oil and filter. Whoops!
My dress.
Oh no, oil spill, quick! Kitty litter.
Authentic Italian atmosphere.
Rocco's Ristorante.
Room for the whole family.
Rocco's Ristorante.
Pizza, beer, sports.
Rocco's!
Great place for your next team party.
Rocco's.
The best pizza in the East Bay.
Rocco's.
Your table is always ready at Rocco's Ristorante and Pizzeria at the corner of Oak Grove and Ignacio in Walnut Creek.
Tonight's Comcast Game of the Week is made possible by a generous donation from Jim's Auto Body, located on West 10th Street off Summersville Road in Antioch. Since 1962, Jim's Auto Body has been fixing and repairing cars and trucks with expert craftsmanship and service. Let Jim's Auto Body take care of your bodywork, painting, and framework at their state-of-the-art facility on 10th Street in Antioch. Mary Marie's Salon in historic downtown Antioch. Recently opened in May of 2003, this professional hairstyling, coloring, manicure, pedicure, and facial waxing salon offers your styling needs for the entire family in a relaxed, comfortable atmosphere. Tina Lucido, Tisha Johnson, and staff invite you to a unique experience at 308 G Street in downtown Antioch. The dentistry offices of Lee Keller and Daniel Burke DDS. Lee Keller and Daniel Burke have been serving East County for years with a personal commitment to their clients in uncompromising dental care with an atmosphere of comfort and experience. With state-of-the-art sterilization technique and equipment, their staff of highly trained professionals will make your every visit one you'll look forward to in the future. That's Lee Keller and Daniel Burke DDS and staff in Antioch. Matchmaker's Restaurant in Antioch. For the last 8 years, Matchmaker's Restaurant has been serving great American, Italian, and Mexican food. Owner Jess Williamson and Chef Edward Godoy serve daily specials that are as tasty as they look. Meeting place of the 40s Plus Club on Friday morning, Matchmaker's Restaurant is great food. 913 West 10th Street near the Contra Costa County Fairgrounds in Antioch. The Quilting Queens at 720 West 2nd Street in downtown Antioch, specializing in quilt fabrics, notions, quilt surfaces, and glasses. Whether you're a beginner or advanced quilter, Alexandra and Bernie will give you and your quilt that personal touch. That's the Quilting Queens on West 2nd Street in historic downtown Antioch. No Name Pizza in Antioch. With the dough made fresh daily, No Name Pizza has great tasting pizza, perfect for the team party. They also feature Italian pastas, gourmet pizzas, all in a family atmosphere. With 21 beers on tap, let to all of our friends from the Comcast Game of the Week.
Back at the Oakland Coliseum, the Network Associates Coliseum, the North Coast Section 4A Championships. De La Salle leads at halftime 25-0. Dan Wall and Steve Sanchez as the Spartans go for their 151st consecutive victory. And here's the highlights from the first half, and it was pretty much all De La Salle, Steve.
Well, it really was, Dan. It was late. Here's Gutierrez right here in the pocket. Look at this throw right here. This is a thing of beauty right there. Just Colvin right there up in real nice hands on his part. That's when it started right there. They missed the extra point. And here it is. Here's a
nice
screen to Kelly. Now watch this down the sidelines. You're going to have a guy submarine him and he misses him. Watch this. Just misses him totally. And that costs him. You got to wrap up. Didn't do it. Commitment to excellence. There they all are around it. And right here.
It's amazing in the rain, all these passes.
It really is. And this right here was a huge one right here. I mean, big time play.
55 yards to Colvin.
This is my hot tub play of the game right here. It's hot tub weather right there, Dan. It's raining. You get in the hot tub. And right here, here's Kelly right here. And number 51, Dan, he had a great first half on both sides of the ball. Chris Biller. So, all De La Salle.
25-0 as you see the highlights. The Pittsburg band has just finished their run out there. There's about 12 minutes and 50 seconds to go here at halftime. So we're going to send it out of here once again, and we'll be back with the third quarter after this on Comcast.
Raceway and Hobby Shop. Our friends from the Comcast Game of the Week.
Back at the Network Associates Coliseum, 25-0 De La Salle at halftime, and the Spartan band is out on the field, and we're going to send it down to the field right now for a little bit of De La Salle band action. We're going to send it down to Tony with a recap, and then we'll be back with some more of the De La Salle band.
All right, guys, I talked to some of the Pittsburgh coaches on the sideline before the half, and they were not surprised at how well the Spartans have been able to throw the ball. They say, hey, that's just what they do. I talked to Pittsburgh defensive lineman Rashawn Harris, and he says the bad footing is really hurting them on the pass rush. They're trying to take short, choppy steps in order to get the passer, but they just cannot get off on the snap count. So in a very strange way, the bad weather has actually helped the passing game, at least the Spartans' passing game anyway. Let's go back upstairs.
Thanks, Tony, for that recap, and that'll do it for the De La Salle marching band. We still have about 5 minutes to go in halftime. They have an extended halftime out here, and we're going to send it out here. We'll be back with the third quarter after this on Comcast. Back at the Network Associates Coliseum in Oakland, California, the North Coast Section 4A Championship heads to the third quarter with De La Salle ahead 25-0. Dan Wall with Steve Sanchez, Matt Bollender, and our great crew here on Comcast. Our last broadcast of the season for football. We'll start basketball in late December, early January. Steve, you know, you mentioned earlier, it looks like Pittsburgh, there's our basketball schedule for you. Pittsburgh looks like they might have lost a little bit of the energy that they had early in the game, and you might want to comment on that right
Well,
now.
Dan, you know, before you always play De La Salle, you get pumped up, you get fired up. This is your big chance, and they just suck it right out of you every time. You know, you come out here, next thing you look up, boom, there's a quick score. You make a mistake, boom, there's another quick score, and all of a sudden you just start fighting this uphill battle against them. And now it's 25-0. At halftime, they beat them 26-0 last time they played, so they've already almost matched what they played for them last time. So no matter who you are, that balloon's got to come out, that air's got to come out of that balloon a little bit. You're only human, and it's really hard for a coach to get you fired back up to come back up for the second half. But somehow you got to do it, and you got to. There you go. You kind of got to get fired up right there. Who was that? You know, that looks like Pete Rose and Tom Arnold had a kid or something. I don't know who that guy is.
Yes,
that's it.
I call him Pose.
That guy is wow. That guy's out there. But anyway, Dan, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you can only get fired up so much. I mean, it's draining just, you know, mentally, you know, trying to get up for them. Not just getting beat up physically, mentally to try to prepare for these guys. But that's what you got to do as a coach. You got to try to bring them out and tell them, hey, guys, you know what? Let's go out and just, you know, do what they did to us. Somehow you got to get them fired up.
And Brian Robinson hasn't played since early in the first quarter, and we have yet to hear a report on if he was injured. We did see him being attended to on the sidelines in that first quarter. And they've had to go with a succession of, I mean, they've had a lot of injuries. They lost early in the year. They lost Derek Blanche. They didn't have Sino for the last part of the season. They lost Blackman, who has come back and played. So we haven't seen if the other Blanche is going to come back or not.
But, you know, Dan, besides all that, before this game, you were saying, you know what? I mean, you knew it, and I knew it. You're saying, if anybody's going to give them a game, these are the guys right now to do it. They were peaking right at the right time. Look what they did to Foothill. You know, and even Galley was saying, you know what? I like our chances. I mean, we are playing the top of our game. And then you come in and run into a buzzsaw, like everybody else has done for 155 straight games. I mean, if I ain't mistaken, the first – go ahead, Dan. Let's just take this. We'll talk about that later. I mean, it's a tough thing to do.
Gio the kick to start the third quarter. It's Killings at the 12-yard line. Behind a wall of Pirates, makes a nice cut up to the 30, and the ball's on the ground. Wait to see for this call. The ball's on the ground. I think it went out of bounds.
Yeah, it did, Dan, but what a hit. Wow, let's get the number of that freight train.
Let's send it down to Tony. I think he might have an update on Brian Robinson.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, guys, got a report on Brian Robinson of Pittsburgh. Hurt his shoulder. Apparently, it's serious enough that he will not return to this ball game. That's why you didn't see him on the field there late in the first half. Brian Robinson out of the game for Pittsburgh.
So right now, if you look out there, they're playing with a backup quarterback, Corral and Frasino. Now a backup running back, whoever it was in the ball game. Blackman was playing early in the second quarter for Robinson.
I'd like to see that hit again, Dan, if we get a chance. Let's see if we hear it goes right here. Let's watch this hit right here. Who it is? It's number 50.
That was number 50.
Wow.
Steve Fujimoto.
Fujimoto put the Fujimoto on him. Because
First
that
down.
hurt.
Corral in trouble, gets away from it. He's doing the Houdini act.
Yes,
There's no doubt about it. Throws down the sideline for Crawley, and it's incomplete. Good coverage that time. Stroud was over there along with Payne and also with Kelly.
And guess who we had to get away from, Dan?
Chris Biller.
Chris Biller. Oh, didn't we mention that name a little bit in the first half?
Yes.
Nothing has changed.
No.
He came out and said, Coach, should I just do the same stuff I've been doing? He said, Biller, do what you've been doing.
Yes. Yeah. It's stopped raining here, but it's still very, very wet.
I love the story in the book where Ladisher goes in and all the linemen they got their heads between their hands, between their legs, and there's mud everywhere, and they're not doing their assignments, and guys are shooting the gaps. And he looks at me and goes, hey, how come I got to be the problem solver here every time? You know, you guys figure it out. And walks away from him. You know, okay. So that tells you the kind of coach he is. You guys figured it out, and they did. They figured it out.
Ball's on the ground. De La Salle has it. Nope. They had it, and then they dropped it. Now Pittsburgh has it back, but that's the third time they fumbled the snap from center.
But you know, Dan, I think that's a great story. You know, he's sitting there. Everybody thinks he's probably overcoaching either. Let's watch the replay right here, Dan. And let's see the ball get on the turf right. Yep, but he just never got. And, you know, he's had a little bit of trouble about 3 times of just holding on to the ball. And there's another example of they dodged a bullet. You don't want to give them the ball down there on the short end of the field because that's just points.
We just started the third quarter here from the Oakland Coliseum. better known as the net. 3rd and 10 for Pittsburgh. They're trying to do something. They almost scored to end the second quarter. Corral in big trouble, and he is sacked. Just thrown backwards by number 55 for De La Salle, Cal Bailow. Here's another guy we've called his name a lot tonight.
Bailow and Biller, the two Bs.
Yes.
Killer bees. The killer bees. Hey, that's good, Dan. But right here it is. And right here, when this is just too strong, and you ain't going nowhere, and that's the way that is. What a great play by number 5'5".
Huge loss, 15 yards. 4th and 25 from the 15-yard line. Terry into punt. Almost blocked.
There's a flag there to get roughing the kicker.
Yep. Colvin dropped it, and then he gets up. He's a nice attempt for a tackle there.
Wow, look at
he's
this.
finally knocked out of bounds on the far sideline at the 42-yard line, but I think we're going to get a roughing, and we'll have to wait and see if it's a 5 or 15-yard variety of roughing.
Well, Dan, we're going to have to see, and I was watching the punt in the air, but I seen the flag on the ground by the kicker, so I know there's some infraction back there.
It's a 15-yarder.
Big one. That's going to It is an
automatic first count. So.
Yeah, I never know that in high school if they give that automatic, which they should on any 15-yarder. I don't care what it is. Let's watch a replay, Dan. And there it is right there.
Yeah, he was running too.
I think it's number 87. Nope, there is no 87.
There's Coach Abono on the sidelines.
Yep, and there's John. He don't look very happy. He looks frustrated. You know, he's a competitor too. That guy, these guys are all competitors. These guys on the Pittsburgh side. It's got to be frustrated. There's Galley. He's getting on Fafiti, and you know, it just flows over. It's a tough thing to do to play these guys, but you know, Galley has done a great job with these guys at Pitt. He's turned that program around, Dan. They've won back-to-back championships over there in that league, and he's done a great job, and he's got nothing to hang his head about. He'll build off this somehow. You know, he's a positive guy, and right now he's frustrated, and that's just the competitiveness coming out of him. But they definitely got the right guy over there.
Rocco's Ristorante and Pizzeria voted best pizza in the East Bay. Ignacio Valley Road at Oak Grove.
No doubt about it. Thank you, Rocco, for helping us every year. You're a big part of this program.
Brendan Theaters in Concord and Pittsburgh. There's 14 screens in Concord. You know how many there are in Pittsburgh?
16.
That's very good. Very good, Steve.
Thank you. And go see that movie with that ugly guy Tom Cruise in it.
Yeah, The Last Samurai.
The Last Samurai. Are you into movies like that?
No.
What kind of movies you like?
I like cop movies and adventure type. You know, I like you know, real movies. I'm not into that kind of
Hey,
samurai
purchase your
stuff.
copy of this game. Shipping courtesy of the Big Brown Machine, UPS. I've been there. I got 2 more years. I'm done there, but I've been there for quite a while, and we'll bring it right to your door.
933-6264.
Ask for Metal Matt. He'll be the guy taking a nap on the couch in the back of Comcast. You can wake him up.
After the timeout, Pittsburgh has a first down at the 30-yard line, so they're basically where they started.
Yep.
There's one of the Pittsburgh staff coming off the field.
And our static's really getting bad here.
Static X is what it is tonight. Corral to throw. That was ugly. Just, I'll tell you, oh, man. And then Parker Hanks just annihilated Clift, and he barely made it back to line of scrimmage. You know what's amazing, too?
Bailow and Dominguez was in on. Let's watch a replay right here, Dan. Just a quick 2-step drop right here. Look at this pass. Look at that. That looks...
That was ugly.
Yeah, that was ugly. And
he's just not getting any...
Hanks just put a lick into him.
He's not getting any traction off the ball. He just kind of threw it up for grabs, and Cliff got back to line of scrimmage. You know, the thing, though, is when you watch Pittsburgh, we've seen Cliff look like one of the greatest players ever, running around against Miramani and Clayton Valley and Antioch, and then you come out against these guys, and he's just taken right out of the game.
Yep.
Corral to throw on second down.
Look at this.
Trouble again.
And by who?
Oh, man, Biller again. Biller is having a huge game.
Well, you know what? He don't got to make a play the rest of the game, and he's my player of the game. I'll tell you right now. I'm just saying, hey, Biller's the man.
Loss
right
of
there.
13 on the play. Yeah, he's been unbelievable.
Let's watch number 5-1. Let's isolate on him. Big pass rush, big hands.
Pittsburgh's line, though, really, you know, they're not going to have a fun time watching this film. These guys are running right by him.
Well, Dan, you know what? They're very fast. They're very strong. They got techniques. They're coached very well. It all adds up to, hey, I can't beat this guy. He can beat me. He's better than me, and that's the way it is. Let me see. Third. What are we? It is third. Hold on. I got a good one. Third and Napa-Sonoma Winery.
Third and the Bay Bridge.
Okay, that's fine.
Corral to throw, and he's sacked again.
If it's number 51.
It's Biller again.
Oh, wow. Just forget it.
He is having an unbelievable game. And now it's fourth in the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah. And what's number 55 right here, Dan? No, folks, this is not a 51. This is not a replay again. This is just a man who is very mad at somebody.
Very wet.
He's very wet.
Very muddy.
He doesn't like playing in the mud. He takes it out on everybody who gets in his way. Wow.
8:15 to go here in the third quarter. 25-0 De La Salle, and Terry to kick again. The last time he kicked, he was roughed. This time the kick comes down, takes a bounce into the muck. Colvin picks it up at the 48. Colvin has a wall. He's outside. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. Makes a cut. Tackled at the 16-yard line. Tripped it by the punter, Terry, but almost a touchdown that time. Cameron Colvin having another big game for De La Salle.
And you know, Dan, let's watch a replay right here. He picks it up in the mud, and right here, watch this wall. Right there, there's Glasper. He does a good block, and there's the wall set up. Crackback block, and just tripped up right there.
If it wasn't for that, he might have made it all the way in.
If it wasn't for that, that's 6.
They place it at the 16-yard line, a 36-yard return. Gutierrez at quarterback for De La Salle, their first possession here of the third quarter, ahead by 25. Hand off to Kelly. Kelly, the workhorse tonight.
And there's
this time
Harris was in on it, and
Harris and Shank.
You know, we haven't said a lot of them because they've really been staying away from that line there. They haven't really been running out. They did it the beginning of the game. But them guys have just been really struggling trying to make plays, you know, because but they're just so good that there's nothing there in front of them to make. But, you know, folks, we're having some technical difficulties, so I hope everything's okay at home. But me and Dan's have a lot of static in our headphone here.
You know, sometimes we hear things, and then when you listen to it at home, you don't hear it.
Yeah. And
I think Matt just does it to mess with us.
Well, then sometimes I hear things, and I get home, I see dead people, so I don't know what's going on.
No gain, 2nd and 10. Gutierrez to throw. He's had a great night throwing. Throws to Colvin.
Yep.
Near sideline. Knocked out of bounds. Short gain. It'll bring up a third down. Raphael Itzen was over there with Roderick Wyatt.
This what's a replay right here. 3-step drop in the pocket, and he has thrown the ball good considering the conditions, Dan, right there.
That was Wyatt who made the tackle.
Good close by Wyatt. And then he kind of just like steps on him and puts his head on his hand and mugs him. And
the ball's at the 9, 3rd and 3 after a 7-yard gain, 6:36 to go. Clock running here, third quarter. 25-0 De La Salle. Steve, you know, they're just, it's amazing.
It is.
Just never,
you know what?
It's incredible.
And I tell people, sit back and enjoy it, folks, because it's just something
you might not ever see it again.
You might never see it again. It's something that's, it's a phenomenon.
There's a penalty flag on the play, and it's probably a motion or maybe a delay.
And, you know, let's don't forget Biller on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, he's been doing a great job on the line, too. I mean, they've been running behind him. He's been opening up holes. That guy is a player. All these guys are players. That's how come they call them players. It's all coming to
you know, sometimes you're amazing how good you are.
It's just the mind. It just. And Dan, all of a sudden, it got calm.
Yes, it
and
was
serene.
It was very wild and
rainy
and windy. And now it's just
lions and tigers and bears. And there's a train going behind us, and
now it's like,
yeah, it's like, hi, welcome to Men on Sports, where me and Dan.
3rd and 8.
Look at this. Look at it.
Colvin. Now, you know.
Well, now there's.
Oh, no, they throw a penalty flag into the middle of the line because I think there's a hold on Drozba, who tackled one of the Pittsburgh defenders. Okay. I thought they were going to throw a flag on that pass play, but it looked like Colvin just ran into the defender.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to call it. There's a hold right here. That's what they're calling anyway. And 64, I don't know. He just did a body slam on him, and I don't know if you.
This guy right here, over here on the right, that's laying on the ground. Anytime there's a defensive player on the bottom and an offensive player on top, you're going to get a flag.
I'll tell you one thing though. I do like this crew right here. These guys do a good job. Is it Ken? What's his name?
It looks like Ken Leffel. I could be wrong though.
Okay.
But it looks like Ken.
Okay.
From here. Is it Ken Leffel?
It's Ken Leffel. Okay. Good call, Dan. And you know what? Every time he's in the game, they do a great job.
Just for a minute on that one, it looked like it could have been like Ken Leffel's distant cousin, you know. But Ken Leffel's a guy. He's a referee, and I know him. And
could have been Ron Leffel.
I would think it would be Ken Leffel, and everyone's shaking their head like it is Ken Leffel, but it could have been his
Who's everyone? It's Jim next to you shaking his head. Jim's not everyone. Jim is no one.
Coming up next to CC Rock Dream Theater. Here's a band that Steve knows nothing about.
No, I don't, but I know they won't be playing at my church tomorrow. I guarantee you that.
3rd and 18 from the 24. Little
Look at this.
inside pass to Colvin in front of Wyatt and the tackle at the 11-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 4th down, and I'm sure De La Salle. At this point, they might kick a field goal.
Sure
Let Gio get it back to 28. Make it look nice in the scorebook.
And not only that, Dan. Well, here's a replay right here. A little slant right in. But you know the thing about it is, you go, hey, let's see if we can't kick a field goal in the mud and stuff and with these conditions. Give the kids a little challenge here.
It'll be a 29-yarder for Gio.
But, you know, with this conditions, it makes it a little bit tougher.
The holder is number 19, Chris Kinsell.
Okay. And they jump. Oh, boy. That's going to give them a 1st down now. If not, that's going to put them. Yeah, that's a 1st down. They got 4th and 5, Dan. It just depends how the mark is going to be after they mark it off. And I'll tell you what, they'll go anyway, even if it's not there.
Yeah, they're sending the offense back on the field.
They're going to go. But I think this just might give them a 1st down. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that's Ken.
He takes a big breath.
And he's probably been cleaner as a ref. I think they're going to say it's 4th and the size of your shoe.
Yeah. Which I'm about to plant right up. Yeah.
So De La Salle looks like they're going to go for it here, Steve. The ball is at the 11-yard line.
You think?
4th down. And Gutierrez doesn't like what he sees, and he calls a timeout.
Nothing wrong with that. You got 3 timeouts. You could use one. You know?
First timeout the second half for the Spartans. And the additional friends of the program here on the Comcast Diablo View Florist, Images of 3 Hair Salon, the Quilting Queens, Matchmaker Restaurant, No Name Pizza, Jim's Auto Body.
Have you seen Sam at Images of 3 Hair Salon?
Yeah.
Okay.
She curled my hair.
Okay.
State Farm Insurance, Charter Funding Incorporated, Mary Marie Salon, Rock Bottom Records, where you can get the new record by Hoobastank on Tuesday.
Oh, my Lord.
Hoobastank. Antioch Opticians, and Daniel Burke and Lee Keller, Doctors of Dentistry.
I don't know, folks. I'm 49 years old, and I guess I'm out of the loop.
Oh, yeah, we'd like to thank Brennan Theaters. They've sponsored our player of the game throughout the year. And, last night we had that game that ran long. We couldn't get the players on. The players in the game last night were John Lolliger and Brennan Swisher over there from Los Lomas, and also very close. It could have been Mortensen and Quiscard from Plain Valley.
Well, I'll tell you, the player of the game for both those teams, I thought. Just everybody was a player of the game. That was just one of them games to behold. The only better one I seen that in high school was
Monte Vista San Ramon.
Thank you very much. I lost my mind for a while there. Dan Sam Keller and Kyle Wright last year from Danville.
They have the 4 linemen on the right side again in Glasper, straight ahead, 1st down.
Number 74 was in on the tackle, Dan, for Pitt.
Well, it was actually 54.
Okay, well, 74 was in on it, too.
74 is Willie Fafiti, and 54 is Cal Pfeiffer.
Yeah, they were both in on that right there. Here's Fafiti coming. Pfeiffer was there first, and then Fafiti was in there.
So 1st down after the gain of about 6. It'll be 1st and goal from the 4 with 4:42 to go 3rd quarter. De La Salle trying to tack on another one. They lead 25-0 here on Comcast. Our last broadcast of the year for football. Happy holidays, by the way, to everyone.
Yeah, everybody, happy holidays. Thank you.
Kelly behind Hanks.
And the ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground.
And I think Pitt's going to get it.
Yep.
Boy, it's just a mad. Yep, Pitt's got it.
So finally, after all this time, Pittsburgh finally gets something positive. The bad news is they have to start at the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
But they did make a good stop there, and Kelly was fumbled the ball on the ground. Let's take another look at this one and see who all these suspects were here.
Well, Dan, this is like everybody got involved on this. I don't know who was it. And right there's a tired defensive line coming off the field right there. Okay, we got lost in. But, Dan, I'll tell you, we don't got Dave Jackson here. And you know what? I never thought I'd say this. I sure do miss that guy.
Well, I'm telling you, we don't have any spotting. We don't have any stats.
Okay,
we can't tell you where the punt was.
But I can tell you this. I bet you Pittsburgh does not have 50 yards total offense. I could be wrong.
I would say you're very close.
Okay. Yeah. I say they're within 50 and 75 yards total offense.
This is a dangerous area.
And here we are in the 3rd quarter, the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yep, and they only had 54 in the whole game the last time and 1 1st down. They're probably pretty close to that now.
That's
the ball
all I'm
to
saying. I don't. They haven't had much offense. And look at this.
And this could be a safety. Unless they mark it at about the 1 centimeter line. Yep, they do. I think this is called giving Pittsburgh a break. And now
And
there's
then-
a penalty because
yeah,
I think
De
La
La
Salle
Salle said, hey.
this is a very un-De La Salle-like
Yeah,
penalty.
right.
They
And-
usually don't yak too much.
And I'll tell you what, Coach Ladd will find out who did that because he's coming out and he's going to go, what number? Unsportsmanlike. Look at him. Get out. Get out. Boy, I tell you right there, I don't care who you are going to feel the wrath of
Coach Ladd.
Of Coach Ladd right there. That's just something he will not tolerate.
Well, especially when you're leading 25-0 and they have the ball on the 1-inch line. It'd be different if it was a real close game and it was a play that turned the game around. You know, that play, it would have been second, and you could have got a safety on the next play. Now they're at the 15.
But you know, Dan, the thing about that is, really, if you ask him, he don't care where it is, what time it is, what the situation is. You open your mouth and you talk to an official, you're in trouble.
On the board up here in the Coliseum, it just said that there's been 14 penalties for 130 yards against De La Salle. That's incredible. That play went nowhere on first down.
Nope.
It was Blackman, the ball carrier. But do you see, I think Pittsburgh's had like 3 penalties and De La Salle's had, if that's correct, 14 for 130 yards?
Well, I don't know, but you know what the thing about it is, if you think about that, maybe right, because there was a lot of flags thrown there towards the end of the second half right there. There was probably 4 plays in a row where there was flags. But
that's
yards,
the one thing that...
we'll find out in the paper tomorrow.
Yeah,
we're just bringing the paper. You look at the paper, you guys, and then...
You get all the stats.
Because you're watching this a week later anyway. What do you care about the stats? It's a week later.
Yeah, you're just watching
watching the game. You want to see how De La Salle look? They look very good. How's that?
Lost of 2, 2nd and 12.
Sun's going to come up the east. It'll probably sit in the west.
And I'll tell you right now, this
51.
is just, nothing is it's just going backwards.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh might end up with less yardage than they had in the first game.
And Mr. 51.
Well, I'll tell you another thing, Steve, is that a lot of the guys playing right now, I mean, you look at the starting lineup, and there isn't a lot of guys that started in the game.
Look at this. Look at Biller is just...
He's a monster.
It's unbelievable.
He's Joe Mortensen and these guys right now.
Yeah, it's number 34 was in on there, Dan. If we called his name, Mike, I
just want to point this out to you. Corral is the backup quarterback. Fafiti is the second or third string guy. Well, actually, Blackman, who was the starter, is in. They've got Blanche, the other Blanche, playing running back for Robinson. You got a couple of wide receivers. The entire line looks like different guys from they started. Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether they've just decided to throw out the book or give someone else a chance, but things are just not going right for Pittsburgh right now. Here
Third
in the
and 17, Dan.
And then Corral tries to throw, drops the ball. It gets kicked. It gets picked up. This looks like a scramble in the mud pen for food down at the farm.
And guess who got it back?
De La Salle has it down there. Corral's having a hard time. He went back to pass, and the ball just dropped right out of his hand.
Let's look at the replay right here. Yep.
I don't think the tuck rule comes in here.
No, no.
And then
there it gets kicked out, and let's watch this thing. Here's where it gets all funny.
And
then it comes out again, then he drops it, then he's going to grab it again and pull it in.
And I couldn't tell you who that was, Steve.
Nope. But we might be able to at this point. Here goes the hand. Here's how I would throw a football. Oh, shit. Go on. Yep. Give up. Give up. Wow.
So De La Salle takes over at the 8-yard line, 1st and goal. And unfortunately for Pittsburgh, they thought the stars were aligned and everything was going to happen.
Well,
and,
Dan, you know what it reminds me of? That line in The Godfather, and I'll share it with you right after they score this touchdown here.
Gutierrez rolling. He's at the 5. Oh, and then he gets hit. Gets stuck over there by Roderick Wyatt right at the goal line.
But, they're like Mike on The Godfather. He goes like this, I try to get out, and they just suck me back in. It's like, here's a replay right here. De La Salle, right when you think you can beat them and give them a game, they suck you back in.
They suck it right out of you.
Suck it right out of you and just do it to you again. And here he is right here. He lowers his head.
Wyatt just, met him right at the goal line.
Right there. You got to like that as a coach. And
that looked like, how like in those football movies, they always have those great tackles.
Right.
That kind of looked like something set up for a good football movie. 1:43 to go, third quarter. De La Salle by 25. Gutierrez hands off. That's Glasper. Touchdown, De La Salle. 1-yard run for Willie Glasper here with 1:39 to go, third quarter. And De La Salle now ahead 31-0 here tonight on Comcast, on their way to their 151st consecutive victory.
Yeah, Dan, well, I got to go. You know?
Okay,
And
yeah.
enjoy the rest of the
Can you
game
get
by
the
yourself,
Sharks score for me
because,
while
you
you're
know,
I'm missing
gonna-
the Sharks game tonight.
I'll let Jim take over. Jim, you want to do some color before I take off here? But we want to thank all of our great crew, Dan. You know, we don't give our cameramen enough credit. Them guys do a great job.
Especially tonight out here in the mud and
They've
running
done
the
a great
wires
job,
at the
and-
Coliseum, trying to go through the bleachers out here in Mount Davis. Guillot's extra point is good. 32-0, De La Salle with 1:39 to go. I think we're going to get another look at this touchdown, but you know one thing, Steve, other than that one big 55-yard touchdown, De La Salle hasn't had a lot of their customary big plays.
Well,
They've
no,
just
because
been kind of grinding it out.
Let's watch this one.
Taking advantage of the turnovers.
Okay, here's a replay. 1-yard run. Gasper, touchdown.
Just,
Very
yeah,
good. Okay. But Dan, here all I'm saying is this here. Okay, if you think about it, Pitt's really turned the ball over quite a bit,
they've
giving
given
them a
up,
lot of opportunities, and you can't do that against a team like this. And I'm sure Coach Laddister's on the other side going, we had way too many penalties out there. What were you guys thinking? You know, I mean, you know, we're lucky to win this game. I mean, that's the kind, you know, it's a crazy thing. It really is.
Well, you got to think at some point that, you know, here's Juan Corral. You feel sorry for the kid in this sense, is that he looked like, you know, he was just going to go right into the Hall of Fame off the first 5 games he played, but he hasn't played against a team like this, you know.
And you know, Dan, I always tell people this, no matter what, I think somewhere down the line in a kid's life, they need sand kicked in their face.
Well,
somewhere down the line. And I'm not saying that it's a good thing, but I'm saying it's a good life lesson, whether you're on the one side of the win or the loss.
Well, they're getting mud kicked in their face tonight, Steve.
Well, they are.
Cliff at the 5-yard line. And Cliff's speed has been negated tonight. And you just watch it, even on the special teams, guys that don't even play that much, and they're down there making tackles at the 22. I see Dominguez involved.
But you know, Dan, my point is, I don't feel sorry for nobody out there. I feel if they get out of this game healthy, I don't feel sorry for them because it's all about a lesson.
The Comcast Game of the Week brought to you by these great friends of the program, Rocco's Ristorante and Pizzeria in Walnut Creek.
Thank you for the great pizza.
Contra Costa Clean Water Program.
And thank you for that big waterhead guy.
Mazet Pontiac in Pittsburgh.
Matt Mazet, the most cars sold in Northern California by GMC.
ParamountTechnology.com.
Thank you, guys.
Brendan Theaters. S&S Import Service in Antioch.
Randy Scott, thank you very much.
Caltech Pest Management.
Bobby Gonzaga, he's on the field tonight. Helping
Williams
us.
Company, real estate for the 21st century.
Cindy Williams, thank you for jumping aboard.
First down. Corral in trouble again. That was Biller who was chasing him, and it's an interception. Intercepted by Kelly.
Yep.
And right again, was that the 4th, the 5th turnover of the ball game, Steve? And there's a penalty flag on the play.
Well, it's going to be really interesting what you get here because what I seen was a De La Salle guy. I don't think he did nothing really bad, but a Pittsburgh guy just finally took a shot at him. But he was fighting him off at the end. It depends. It depends who they're going to catch on that. You know, it's not always the first guy. You know, some guys who retaliate.
Look at Biller. Man, he just bounced right off of Blanche.
He's
Still
unbelievable.
gave him trouble.
Look at
Kelly
that.
came across. And look, there's 6 guys in coverage anyway. Cliff made the tackle.
Yep. And I think you're going to get it against Pitt, man.
Actually, it's against De La Salle.
No, I don't know.
Well, they just pointed to De La Salle.
Okay, then I told you, I don't know. When I say I don't know, I don't know.
Yeah, that was, you know, there's no footing, and you can't really say that's causing De La Salle to play bad because they played bad, but Corral needs to kind of move around in the pocket a little bit more. He's not a pocket passer, and
But Dan,
he's got no footing. He hasn't been able to handle the ball very well.
Let's think about this. Juan Corral. Who would ever heard about this guy if Vincino when it went down? He goes down, and look, he's got to have the thrill of his life. Look what he did the last few weeks and in the playoffs and stuff. I mean,
he's
come on.
had 3 great games.
I mean, great games. Not good games, great games. So you know what? He's got a lot to hang his hat on. He's got to be very proud of his family of what he's accomplished down the stretch of this season.
De La Salle starts this drive at the 48-yard line, pitch to Glasper, and Glasper has a first down. Running behind that line, Bailau was out there blocking, and he has a gain of 13 and another first down, the ball marked at the 36-yard line of Pittsburgh. Minute 12 to go, third quarter. Steve, while we have an opportunity, I've got all these notes here.
Okay.
Here's some more guys that you might have heard of that played football. I think that's Sean Beals right there on the sideline.
That is Sean Bills right there.
Here's some guys you might have heard of. Rob Sandy, who played at Kevin Simon, we talked about. Demetrius Williams. Tosh Lapoy, who played at Cal Berkeley.
Yes, he did.
DJ Williams playing at Miami. Atari Callan at Idaho State. So it's just some of the players that have played at De La Salle over the years.
Look at this.
This is Glasper again, outside. Colvin blocking, and Glasper has another first down. Glasper has only carried the ball a handful of times tonight.
Yes, he has.
Another first down. Gain of 12.
And here's the replay right here. Student body left. Mr. Glasper on the left-hand side. And right here is just speed, Dan. Here's something you can't teach. It's just either you got it or you don't, Daniel. And he's got it. It's always good to have speed guys, Dan, you know?
Derek Davis made the tackle.
I wish my son would take out the garbage that quick. He does.
They mark it at the 23-yard line, so it was a gain of 14.
Okay.
1st and 10. De La Salle trying to tack another one on here. They lead 32-0 in the third quarter. Pass to Glasper is incomplete. Gorey was there in coverage. And there's a penalty flag because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Percy Robinson hit Gutierrez after the pass.
And there he is, and there's a frustrated Pirate right there. A tired, frustrated Pirate. He goes, boy, I've had a rough night out here chasing that guy around, and I'm going to take a shot at him. I finally got him.
Steve, I'm looking at some of their the championships that De La Salle has won. When they were in the old BVL, the Bay Valley Athletic League, they won the championship every year they were in it.
Yeah.
They started that league in '88. They won it every year till '97 when they became an independent. They've obviously won every North Coast section championship since the loss. And the only 2 years they haven't won it since '84 were in '87 when they lost to Monte Vista right here 14-13. And that's one of the most controversial games in De La Salle history.
Uh-huh.
Rob Forrester is a name that comes into play in that one.
Yep.
And the game to Pittsburg here. So it's pretty amazing when you think that they've lost 2 games in 19 years.
Yeah. Well, you know, the hits just keep on rolling for these guys, Dan. And, you know, it's just, you know, there's just so much you can say about it. I just think it's a great thing to come out and watch them and watch the execution, watch these kids perform at a high level like they do. And the way they compete, I think it's great. I really do. A lot of people don't like them, and I say, why not? I mean, I like them. What's wrong? You know, I don't know.
After the penalty, the ball's at the 11-yard line. This is Kelly outside. He's at the 5, fighting ahead. I think he was knocked out of bounds about the 2.
Does he do yeoman work or what? You know, I love this guy.
Well, he just wasn't their starter.
He glides. That's what he does. He's a glider.
That's what's incredible. Is this guy is not that. Jackie Bates is the starter with Glasper, and Kelly was a linebacker.
Well, you know, you give the ball to him. Let's watch his gliding right here, Dan. Let's watch number 51, 2 out in front. Let's see what he does. Oh, he wiped out somebody. But anyway, here he goes to the outside, and let's look at him. He just he could like have his dog with him right now if you want to. Let's watch number 51 and 50. Let's see who they do. Let's see what they do. Here's Bill.
Well, there's Parks, a great block.
Watch this. Look at this.
There's a block.
There's a block. Just enough to hold him up.
And then, see, now there was a nice move by Colvin, because if he had thrown that block, it would have been in the back. So that was a nice play to let that one go, because Kelly had the edge on the outside there. Hand off Kelly. And he's near the goal line. I don't see a call. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm saying, well, they're sitting there. I mean, the guy's a yard in the end zone.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was looking down there for one of the refs to raise their hands. It was over on the side. 1 yard run, touchdown, De La Salle.
They're probably getting tired of raising the hands. You know what I mean? They're just, whatever. Okay, hey.
They should go to this one.
Yeah, go to the.
Like in the Australian rules football.
Yeah. Come here. What's your name? What number are you? Turn around. How come you didn't call me after the Mexico game?
So Kelly, and we don't, like I said, we don't have stats. We don't have anyone up here keeping all this stuff for us tonight, but Kelly's have the multiple touchdown game.
Well, there's one stat we know. It's about 150 yards up on the big jumbotron up there, and it says 40-0.
Yeah, well, it's 39-0.
Oh, okay, that was okay.
Let's take another look at it.
Oh, we get to do this again? Let's just show the replay from before on the 1 yard line. Nobody, they won't know which one it is. Okay, oh, it's the left side this time.
And he just ran over Blanche, and the zebra's in the way.
Yeah.
But we saw his hands up.
His hands did go up, okay.
There's the Diamond Vision. Yep. And there's Comcast. There's a score, 39-0, De La Salle.
And hey, what a great job Matt did putting that Comcast sign up there below the Jumbotron before today. He was up there. You put that up. Digital cable doesn't do this stuff. Satellite dishes, they don't.
That's right.
Hey, there's no high school football game, digital. They don't even know what local high school is. Comcast, satellite. They know nothing about high school football. Comcast, look where we're at. Hump Puff Dog, what do you think of that?
Well, unfortunately I have both because.
Do you?
Hockey's
because you're
hockey's on the other.
You are a hockey.
But I have both because I can enjoy the cable and the satellite dish. So you can't complain about that.
I don't complain about nothing except working with you.
Oh, thank you.
I do not. I love working with you, Dan. I'm kidding. We got a fourth quarter here, Dan. Let's get through it because you know what?
Are we going to send the kids
Hot
to bed?
tub later on tonight. Yeah.
I've said this about 40 times tonight. Gio to kick.
Okay.
And this is a new Pirate who has a clean uniform. Number 25. Don Smith. And now it's filthy.
What's his name?
Don Smith.
Don Smith?
There he is.
There he is. Junior?
Dr. Smith.
From Lost in Space. Is that what Matt's saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to wonder how long.
I got my good buddy, the Beast Gonzaga, down here. If you could shoot him carrying cable for our cameraman down here, I got. Let's see how good my man is here. The Beast here, Gonzaga, the guy in the yellow suit carrying cable for our man here, good friend of mine. Well, get him on the air for me, okay? I want to say hello to the Beast.
Steve Sanchez always accommodating his friends and family, the wide members of his entourage.
There's always good to have a friend named the Beast.
Corral, draw play, and tripped up.
Parker Hanks was in on that mess.
Trying to get that number for you. That was number 29. This is a new Pirate in the ball game, LeBaron Thomas. No relation to the great quarterback, LeBaron, who played in the NFL.
Okay.
Steve, that's the end of the third quarter, thankfully. After that one, 39-0, De La Salle after 3. We'll be back with the. Oh, we're gonna send it down to the sidelines. Tony has Vincino. We're gonna keep it here.
With Pittsburgh quarterback Vincino, and Vince, being that you're a senior, what are you going to do after graduation?
Mostly after the season, if I get any offers, but if nothing happens, I'll go JC probably.
Anybody shown any interest so far?
Portland State, and a couple other schools.
Putting aside this game for a moment, assess the 10-win season. It must have still been a very satisfying season, even though you couldn't beat De La Salle.
Yeah, our goal of season is to get to NCS, and we got to NCS, so that we achieved our goal. But we wanted to come here and put a good show on and try and win this game, but it didn't happen.
If you were in the lineup today, and I know you're a humble guy, would things be any different?
No, Juan did as good a job as you could in this weather, so I don't think so.
Thanks a lot, Vince. No shame in losing to De La Salle, guys. Nobody else can beat him either. Let's go back upstairs.
Well, you know, I said that.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, we're back already. We're back for the fourth quarter. Once again, Thomas the runner, and not much there.
No.
We're going to start calling some new numbers. Patrick Smith was there. What I was going to see is like Pittsburgh is the champion of everyone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we won here, you got like the league, and then you got the playoffs, and we beat everyone but these guys.
Well, look at they scored 12 in the first quarter, 13 in the second quarter, 14 in the third quarter.
They're running,
so they'll probably
they're
score 15
straight on them right now.
Yeah, they'll probably run 15. They'll hit a jackpot.
So Pittsburgh with a 3rd and 7 from the 30 here early in the fourth quarter, down by 39.
And
Corral being chased as he has virtually all night. And he throws for Clift, and Clift makes a nice catch.
Yeah, they're going to give him a catch on that. I like to see that again, but it's a nice catch. And you know what you'd like to do as a coach right here, Dan? 39-0. You're obviously not going to win this game with 10 minutes to go. You'd love to see your kids score, just to get the kids. Hey, we scored against them. It's almost what it's coming down to. They're going on 8 quarters, and look at the pressure he's been under. Nice catch.
About it.
That's
scored
beautiful camera work right down there.
They
Great
scored
catch.
438 points against everyone else.
Yeah.
And they haven't scored a point against De La Salle.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, it's going on 8 quarters now, and they haven't scored. So.
It's amazing even when you think about it, but Freedom scored a touchdown against De La Salle. So, I think De La Salle, they get a little bit more up for Pittsburgh because they're the last team to beat them. Here's Thomas, breaks outside.
Okay,
nice run of about 8.
Yeah.
In on that tackle was number 73 for the first time, Matt Newton. I wanted to say hi, Frank McNally, who went to school with me over in Antioch. His son, Zach, is in the lineup right now for De La Salle. He's a freshman coach.
Yeah, and Zach's a junior. He'll be back. He's a big, strong kid. could hit a baseball a mile, too. I don't know if he's playing baseball or not. Probably not. He's probably playing football. And he's probably, most of these guys dedicate themselves to football once they go over there.
You knew it was going to be a long night early with the turnovers and then when Robinson got hurt. Because Robinson, I thought, was the chance they had, the way he'd been playing. And when he got hurt early, that took away the running game. And, of course, this weather hasn't helped a lot.
Yeah.
And now they run out of time on the play clock, so there's a delay.
Yep.
Steve.
What were you going to say, Daniel? You had a
I
thought?
was just thinking about De La Salle. You know, next year they're going to, obviously, someone's going to call and say, we won a game against you guys. Some big team. At one point, someone said it was probably the Arizona Cardinals who was going to give them a call. And we'll see. You know, next year is another year for them. And, you know, eventually it'll end, and it will be interesting to see who it is that ends the streak, whether it be a team from out of state or a team locally here. Corral to throw, nice play action, rolling. You know, Steve, this has been, how many times have I said that? Have I said Corral, play action, rolling,
under pressure.
Miller. It's unbelievable. And there's your buddy Saka. If you want to say Fafidi or Fahidi one more time.
Saka Fafidi.
There you go.
Saka Fafidi. Saka Fafidi. I'll do my Elvis, Saka Fafidi. Right here, here he is. Here's Corral. And he's looking for a job in the city. Working for a man every night and day. Don't we never had no time on the river?
or in the pocket.
Or in the pocket. Fujimoto had something to say. Wow.
God, I mean, he is that, you could, if you watch this over and over again, it's all you've seen. It's like he's running for his life the minute he starts to look downfield.
If we go to interview Corral, he'll probably run from us if we try to interview him at the end of the game.
He's running again. Nice play.
That could be a lateral, yeah.
That's Sean Wilhelmy who blocked that pass.
Well, that's what it was. And if he wouldn't have blocked it, that would have been De La Salle's ball because it was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. But you know what, Dan? I'm just glad we're here. We didn't have to do this game, but we showed up, huh? Life is about showing up, baby. There's the band right there.
They showed up.
They showed up, but I'll tell you what, that's a band.
Pittsburgh's band is a very good band.
Yeah. They got a band where, like, Notre Dame would go, that's a pretty good band.
Grambling.
Huh?
We'd probably
Grambling go, that's a pretty good band. Alabama would say, hey, they're no good. We're Alabama. I wish we had to do a marching band, Alabama, Dan.
Terry to punt, and the ball is fumbled, and now it's kicked down.
Now it's picked up
to about the 20. Then what were those three guys who ran right by the ball thinking?
You know what I think they were thinking? They were saying, like, you know, hot tub!
Yeah, well.
I don't know what they were thinking.
This is getting ugly.
Yeah.
Fumbled punts, that's got to be, now that's not a turnover because obviously it's
he
lost
like,
it down. I mean,
okay, wait a minute.
Turnover on downs, but.
Just a minute ago, there was a ball in my hands. And then right here, watch this. Here comes the
Looked like that Bruce Willis movie, The Last Action Hero or something. Last Boy Scout, one of those movies where they were in the rain. I remember that movie. It was so interesting. They started the game in the LA Coliseum in the first half and finished in San Diego. It was a very interesting road trip for that game. Rent that one on VHS one day if you have it. And you know, Gutierrez is still in the ball game. Here's Dominguez now as a running back. Breaks outside. Good run.
Look at this
He's
guy.
still on his feet.
Looks like Larry Zonka, 1972 all over again.
Well, the thing is, you put in like your third string guy, and he's still better than most of the other guys you see out there.
Yeah, well, you know, Dan.
13-yard gain, first down, inside the 5, first and goal, De La Salle here with 7:35 to play.
And we want to wish everybody, I think we already did. We wish everybody happy holidays,
Yes,
Dan?
Merry
I think we did.
Christmas.
We want to think of our troops overseas, Dan,
Absolutely.
all of our young men over there helping protect our freedom and stuff. So our hearts and our prayers go out to all of their, the Bay Area, all over the United States. You guys, we thank you.
Dominguez again, penalty flag on the play. Harris and Robinson were there to make the tackle. Absolutely. We won't be back on. This game will be shown on the 13th and 14th, so we'll be off for about 3 weeks. We'll be back with the West Coast Jamboree. Don't forget about that. Dave Jackson's great tournament out in all over East County.
Right.
He's got the #1 team from last year, Murray Bertram, coming into East County to play. And there'll be action in Deer Valley, Freedom,
Yep, it
Pittsburgh.
will be. And I want to congratulate Howard Minton, the new Antioch High School baseball coach. Got his first win, basketball coach, sorry. Got his first win last night. And they played again tonight for the championship in the Straw Hat Pizza Classic in Antioch. And Bob Fisher and Sal Listick and all them guys over there, they do a real great job of that program over there. And hopefully we'll get Sal aboard. I think he's going to jump aboard the Comcast with us this year for basketball and stuff. And they do a great job over there in that Straw Hat Pizza Classic. And Bob does a good job as athletic director. And looking towards baseball with Vern Martin. Got a new guy at the helm, Vern Baseball. He's been around forever. Kelly Martin's son. Bobby Gonzaga Jr. doing the JVs. And they got a good foundation going on in baseball. Yep,
on the exchange, and I think Pitt got it.
They got the ball back.
It's Robinson who falls on the ball. That was just a a quarterback to running back exchange fumble there. And that's probably just due to the wet ball and the conditions here. The Raiders are going to love this field when they come back to it.
Well, they'll probably never be able to play here again, high school people. That's what. They just never. Not even close right there. That's not even a. That's just probably from not working together, you know. And right now, I like what both coaches are doing. There's some kids right there having a good time there. Don't do nothing we got to edit, please. Okay, yeah. Number one's fine, sons. Okay, but you know, Dan, I had a thought, and all of a sudden in my mind, you know, Dan, I don't know.
Just threw you. You were being a parent there for a minute, and then you lost it. Yeah.
Oh well, probably because I'm a good parent. I think I'm a good parent.
6:41 to go, 39-0, De La Salle. And I was wondering when they were going to give McNeil a shot, and he's now in at quarterback.
But I like
the result is the same.
I like what both coaches are doing right now. Now they're starting to clear the benches and let everybody get a chance to get muddy, you know. Well, the one thing you don't want to do in a game like this, be on the bus with no mud on your shoe,
right.
You know. So, I mean, just go in and fall down, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Just dive on the sideline right now. That was Blackman, the ball carrier.
Right there, like number 17 to sees a trip. Fall, run
well,
the
he
back.
Played.
I know he did. There's Sino playing patty cake.
No, this field is going to be a mess. You know, there was a game here last night between Oakland Tech and Skyline.
That's right.
And then Marimonti played at 4-1, and now we're here at the Pittsburg De La Salle game. And this, you know, they might have to resod this field this week.
Now, does Oakland play tomorrow?
No, the Raiders are in Pittsburgh.
Oh, well, thank God, because they'll be able to get it done.
I believe the Raiders are home again. They might be on the road for 2 weeks. I don't know.
And
I know the 49ers
is it McNeil in, Dan, the quarterback, number 11?
McNeil's in, and a whole bunch of new Spartans just came into the ball game. Yeah, you never know. You know, there was a problem with the tearing up this field in the past.
That's right.
And it went away for a few years, and then it came back. You know.
But
one thing.
You know, we have to get that George Toma guy, the guy who does all the fields. Have him come in, say, hey, look, we'll give you $200,000 fix the field.
I haven't mentioned a lot of Sir's staff besides him and Edson.
Okay.
Mark Pinella, Terrence Ward, Joe Aliotti. We did talk about Nate Gelderman, who played here. Al Bonanno's the JV coach. Used to coach over at Pittsburgh.
Nate Gelderman, he was a great player here at De La Salle.
McNeil to throw. And this is, you talk about throwing one up. He throws it up for Crowley, and it's in and out of his hands.
Yep.
In front of number 21, Diaz, for De La Salle in the ball game, and that's going to be a punting situation. 5 minutes to go. He just threw this one up.
Yep. But you know, Dan, here's the thing here. Right here, you need to get your body in front of this ball. Watch him try to catch it with his hands. This is whether you can't do it. Right here, he should adjust it, get his body in front of it, and see what I'm saying? You cannot do that. I mean, you can do it, but sometimes those are the results you get in weather like this. You got to put your body in front of the ball. But hey, what do I'm a 49-year-old UPS driver who's all washed up. You know, there's not much of future in my life. Oh, I'm only kidding. I just begin to live. I can't wait to turn 50.
You know, it's like having Sybil up here. It's like one party talks and the other part talks.
You know, I want to be a grandfather. I want my kids to make me a grandfather, and I want to have fun. And
we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. 39-0 De La Salle.
Authentic Italian atmosphere.
Rocco's Ristorante.
Room for the whole family.
Rocco's Ristorante.
Pizza, beer, sports.
Rocco's!
Great place for your next team party.
Rocco's.
The best pizza in the East Bay.
Rocco's.
Your table is always ready at Rocco's Ristorante and Pizzeria at the corner of Oak Grove and Ignacio in Walnut Creek.
Biller and Kelly.
Back to live action. Fourth quarter. New Spartan in the game. And talk about being taken out in the pond down there. That's number 25, Eduardo Lopez.
And that's not...
Actually, it's Eduardo, but he was Water-O on that play.
And it's not Golden Pond down there either, Dan.
No, it's on Brown Pond. Watch this one. Talk about a nice splashdown right here.
Yeah, let's take a look at this right here. Kit keeps battling, keeps competing, and hello.
Or as you'd say,
hot tub. That's a hot tub play right there. Look at that. Look at that right there.
Man, ugly out here tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dan. My father wasn't a good-looking man, and I'm sorry. I got to sit here next to
and
you.
I was
But
speaking
you know
of the
what?
game, but
Oh.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, but you know, I got
Now
good-
Parker Hanks is in at quarterback. What in the heck is going? Tom Hanks will be in at quarterback before the game's over.
Hey, look, you're Dean Martin. I'm Jerry Lewis. I'm the funny guy, okay? You just keep doing what you do, buddy.
Thank you.
But
Thank
that's
you.
a good call because, you know, you don't want to come down to my level, Dan. What you do very well. Don't let me break it down. We have fun, don't we, Dan? Come on. Spit it out.
We
Okay.
have fun.
Okay.
I'm going to spit it up. You hit me in the back again like that.
Okay, well, good. Well, you're sitting there. I don't know what you're shaking your head. People can't see you shake your head.
That
up
was
now.
a penalty, and now a pitch, and the ball's on the ground, and this thing is turned into a playground game right now.
Well, you know what? This last 4:34, both coaches really probably it can't go off the clock quick enough for both of these coaches.
No,
you know.
no, this is you don't want to see anyone get hurt. Let's just go home.
Let's just go home. We did what we had to do, and we tried to do what we wanted to do. We just couldn't get it done.
And you can just see it, you know. And then the thing is, too, is that when you do this and you throw the pitch and you're on the ground, then you have no traction to go get the ball, and then guys are diving in, and it's being kicked around.
See, if De La Salle was Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, he'd go, I'm too young, I'm too fast, and I'm too quick for any of you guys. That's right. That's what they'd be saying. They were boxers. And that's what they are. They're really, if you think about it, that's what they are. They're too strong, they're too fast, they're too quick. And
Hanks
they're coached
draw
too well.
play. Another new and very clean number in the ball game. That's number 29 with the ball carry. That's Jason Bernal Gomez, tackled by Killings. And there's and Bernal Gomez is hurt on the play.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They should have went to him early because he's averaging about 35 a carry.
Well, that play right there.
How many yards did that get, Dan?
Well, I'm waiting to see where they spotted Steve, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that it was 22-yard game.
Okay. Well, he's first carry of the game. Nice run on his part. Let's see if I don't know if we got it on the replay. We're looking at it. Oh, you know
right
what? His
there.
leg got bent back.
His leg got
yeah,
bent
that
back.
always hurts, and that's always a scary thing. But right here, let's just take a look at it. Real nice run on his part. Right there, breaks away. See a junior, Dan, number 29.
Yes,
Let's
he
talk
is.
about him. Yep, he'll be back. See, little look at the future, folks. Hope everything's okay with him. I hope it's just some sort of a strain and nothing real crazy. You know?
You know, Steve, this is another interesting point, but they have been this is 4 of the last 5 years, 98, 2000, 01, 02, and now this year they should be the national champions. That would be 4 consecutive years they've been the national champions in USA Today, De La Salle.
So?
Well, I'm just...
I'll give you a bad time. Hey, I know. Dan, you know what? It's unbelievable. It's just, you know, it's just the hits just keep rolling for these guys.
I'm just reading
I know
the press clippings they handed me today. We don't have Dave Jackson to yell out or give me anything else, so I'm reading what I have here.
What else you got? You got anything else?
Well, you know, what else can you talk about? We talked about they've won every game, so you can't talk about a loss or anything like that. But there's that trader Jonathan Martin
Is
working.
that Joe Icon with him too?
That's Joe Ocon.
Ocon?
Those 2 traders that used to work for us. They worked for us last night. They're working at the Coliseum today. A bunch of traders.
What a bunch of backstabbing.
They actually work for the Oakland Coliseum.
Yeah.
That's where we found them.
That's right.
Number 35 in the ball game, Steve Moppin, and he's in, and they're mopping up right now, Steve.
Yeah, they're mopping up this mess, and I'm kind of punch drunk, Dan.
Well, you know, it's
we had a wild game last night, and that thing was just like a big emotional roller coaster.
See, that's the thing.
That's the
we
thing.
had
Then we
that
come
game
out here.
last night. It went to the last play, one of the greatest games ever. You come out here, you get kind of psyched up. It's not only do they suck the life out of the other team,
right?
They suck the life out of us.
Right.
They suck the life out of the other team's fans.
And there we are.
There we are. Look at this beautiful canopy Matt built for us today.
Real
up here.
nice. Fitness 24 hours. Team sports.
But you know what I'm saying? Everyone kind of gets in a lull because it's just you get lulled into this like
that's it.
You know, there's nothing you can do. That's just how they play.
It's a false sense of security.
Now number 38's at quarterback. I mean, this is getting nutty. Who wants the quarterback?
Okay, yep.
And 38's not even on my roster, so I don't even know who it is. So the unknown quarterback is in right now. This is what happens at the end of ball games like this, folks, with 2:25 to go.
Yep.
There's Stewart down there. There's Stewart.
Yeah.
Thanks, Stewart, for helping us out. You know, I'm not lying to you, folks, when I tell you. And you guys know how we do this over here. You've heard us enough.
And there's one of the Gonzagas there carrying the
We got called yesterday, said you guys can do the game. We threw the whole thing together, the food, the crew, everything together in 24 hours. So here's number 38, the unknown quarterback for De La Salle. The handoff is to number 25, Lopez. Remember the unknown comic?
Oh, that guy was great.
Yeah, we have the unknown quarterback out here tonight.
And then when the Saints went on that losing streak, he had the bag in the stands.
Yeah.
The Aints. That's crazy.
There's Ken.
There's Ken.
Down there on the field.
Big kid.
Thanks
Big
for
kid
helping
Leslie.
out.
He's
Thanks
doing
for-
the Hawaiian sign. I don't know why, but he's doing it, and he don't either.
So, folks, 151 consecutive victories. And only 3 or 4 have even been close. I believe it is.
And there's a team back. I don't want to say it because I think it's like Wilson from Michigan or something. They had 72. That was the record.
More
and
than
they doubled it.
And more than likely, folks, it won't end in the near future.
It's like Wilson or Lincoln. I can't remember the name. I just look at this.
Lopez again, and a big O.
And somebody just got a. Is that Coach Ladd over there or
I think
Aliotti?
that's Aliotti.
That's Aliotti. He just
I don't
got
think
nailed in
anyone
water.
has the guts to do it to Lotta Sur. There's a bunch of guys getting it over there.
Yeah, they're all getting it now.
I would like to see the guy who goes over and douses Lotta Sur with water. I haven't even seen Terry Edson on the
I'll
sidelines
tell you one
tonight.
guy who probably could.
Miller?
Miller, number 51.
I got to look over there and even see where Edson is. You know he's over there.
Oh, yeah. This should be the last play of the game.
Lotta
here,
Sur's
Dan.
hiding down here with the executive staff as he's being congratulated.
He's like going.
But you know what? Really, I haven't seen. I'm looking over here for Edson myself. I don't know if maybe he's ill or something, but I don't see him on the sideline, Steve. And that'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
151 in a row.
Yeah.
12 consecutive North Coast Section championships. More than likely 4 consecutive USA Today championships as the clock runs down to zeros. And De La Salle wins again, 39-0 here on Comcast tonight. They are the North Coast Section 4A champions, and we'll be back to wrap this one up in 3 minutes on Comcast.
What are you doing?
Who said that? Jumpin' Jehoshaphat, a giant oil filter that talks.
I'm framing the filter, and what do you think you're doing with my child?
It's your child? I didn't know he was your kid.
Well, it is, and he's a she.
Oh, yeah? Well, what should I do with her?
Do the right thing. Recycle your used oil and filter. Even after draining, a used oil filter contains about a quarter cup of oil. If placed in the garbage, that oil will leak into the ground and then into landfills, polluting the soil and someday the water supply. Seal your filter in a strong Ziploc bag and take it to a certified used oil and filter collection center. Or if your city has curbside used oil and filter recycling, just put it on the curb with the rest of recyclable items. Call 1-800-NO-DUMPING or check out our website at www.funnelhead.com.
Hi, I'm Matt Mazzei. This year we've hit a milestone. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary, and I'd like you to come join us.
Mazzei Pontiac Cadillac Buick GMC in Antioch is happy to have given you the service you deserve over the years. For 2 years running, we've been the #1 Pontiac GMC truck volume dealer in Contra Costa County, and it's all because of you.
All of us at Mazzei thank you, and we look forward to serving you for another 50 years.
Come celebrate with us at Mazzei Pontiac Cadillac Buick GMC in Antioch.
Tonight's Comcast Game of the Week is made possible by a generous donation from Jim's Auto Body, located on West 10th Street off Summersville Road in Antioch. Since 1962, Jim's Auto Body has been fixing and repairing cars and trucks with expert craftsmanship and service. Let Jim's Auto Body take care of your bodywork, painting, and framework at their state-of-the-art facility on 10th Street in Antioch. Mary Marie's Salon in historic downtown Antioch. Recently opened in May of 2003, this professional hairstyling, coloring, manicure, pedicure, and facial waxing salon offers your styling needs for the entire family in a relaxed, comfortable atmosphere. Tina Lucido, Tisha Johnson, and staff invite you to a unique experience at 308 G Street in downtown Antioch. The dentistry offices of Lee Keller and Daniel Burke DDS. Lee Keller and Daniel Burke have been serving East County for years with a personal commitment to their clients in uncompromising dental care with an atmosphere of comfort and experience. With state-of-the-art sterilization technique and equipment, their staff of highly trained professionals will make your every visit one you'll look forward to in the future. That's Lee Keller and Daniel Burke, DDS and staff in Antioch. Matchmaker's Restaurant in Antioch. For the last 8 years, Matchmaker's Restaurant has been serving great American, Italian, and Mexican food. Owner Jess Williamson and Chef Edward Godoy serve daily specials that are as tasty as they look. Meeting place of the 40s Plus Club on Friday morning, Matchmaker's Restaurant is great food. 913 West 10th Street near the Contra Costa County Fairgrounds in Antioch. The Quilting Queens at 720 West 2nd Street in downtown Antioch, specializing in quilt fabrics, notions, quilt services, and classes. Whether you're a beginner or advanced quilter, Alexandra and Bernie will give you and your quilt that personal touch. That's the Quilting Queens on West 2nd Street in historic downtown Antioch. No Name Pizza in Antioch. With the dough made fresh daily, No Name Pizza has great tasting pizza, perfect for the team party. They also feature Italian pastas, gourmet pizzas, all in a family atmosphere. With 21 beers on tap, let No Name Pizza be your hangout this season. A great place to watch the Comcast Game of the Week. That's No Name Pizza next to Lowe's in Antioch.
All right, guys, with our Brendan Theaters player of the game first, Chris Biller, and the offensive line pushed around a very big defensive line. What is the secret? How do you guys handle much bigger guys week in and week out?
We just explode off the ball. That's our main goal, is just to get off the ball every play and try to strike the bigger opponents. That's the only way we'll move them.
And Chris, as far as the winning goes, it must feel great to win, but does this kind of get almost old a little bit, or is it always great every time?
Well, I mean, we don't really, it's not so much that we play to win, it's just a play to our capabilities. And when we go out, we just play for each other. So every game, if we win big, you know, so be it. It's just fun to play with your buddies.
And Chris, one of the seniors, what are you doing after graduation?
Oh, geez, I have no idea. I want to go play ball, but I'm like 5'10", so we'll see.
Congratulations on another great season. Chris Biller, one of our player of the game. Thank you very much. All right. All right, Terrence Kelly, a big game running the football. And Terrence, first of all, talk about the defense and how they played this year. It seemed like Pittsburgh couldn't get anything going at all.
Oh yeah, the defense is a big key of our team, and these guys have been playing so hard. Most of the guys on the defense are seniors, and we hope the juniors can pick it up next year where we left off.
Were you guys a little surprised at how well you threw the ball today? It seemed with the weather conditions being what they were, it would be tough to pass the ball, but there was really no problem for you guys today.
We knew we was going to pass good. Anthony's been working on it all season. He's been there every day before practice, after practice, and Cameron's just a great receiver. And throw it up to him. You know he's coming down with it.
Terrence, last question. What's it like being part of the best high school program in the country?
It's fun. You learn a lot. You learn a lot of lessons through football and through life, and it's pretty good.
Terrence, thank you very much. Another one of our Brendan Theaters player of the game. Brendan Theaters, enjoy the show. And again, guys, De La Salle, make it 151 in a row, the best team in the country again. Let's go back upstairs.
You know, Chris Biller, he's like my new favorite player now.
Oh, you got to love that guy. He looked like something like...
he looked like he got just drug out of a grave.
But you know what the thing about it is? If you look at that in the capsule right there, that shows you the kind of kids that come out of that program, number one, the way they handle themselves when they're interviewed, and when they talk about lessons. That's what this whole program's about. And you know what, people? Get off their back, jump on the bandwagon, and just enjoy what's going on over there.
Well, you know, we never touched on it tonight. You know, back early in this run,
right,
there was probably some sort of recruiting going on. I'm not saying it was the coaching staff that did it.
No.
Maybe someone on the sideline or something. But I'm going to tell you right now, they just opened the door now. And the good players come because they want to be involved in this kind of a program.
And you know, and it's like you said, I think you made a great point. You said it's like after 9/11 when the Army and the Navy just said, okay, guys, here we are. And everybody said, hey, I want to help my country. This is a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
Well,
that's kind of like how
kind of like
is.
what is. They just open their
you
doors.
Open the doors up and they come.
And you know, the coaching staff tells you know how many times people come in and go, do I have the kid for you? And you know what they got to say? Does he want to come here? Yeah. Number one, because you got to be a special kid to go there. Okay, go ahead, Dan. Take your thing.
There's just some of the ceremonies going down on the field. The 39-0, and see just some of the numbers once again. They've won North Coast Section championships now in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 11 in a row, Steve, after the loss in '91. They've won 4 mythical USA Today national championships, and now they're going to go for the big. They're going to slide. Now everyone's going to get dirty.
Look at this. Oh, we got to see.
We got to get this on camera over here. There we go.
We got to get. Yeah, there we go.
Now everyone gets dirty. And this is part of the tradition. They always do this every year.
And look at them.
11 straight times.
Look at these
people
guys.
have done this.
You know, the coaching staff said, you guys, it's yours, go join it, do what you want to do. And here's what they're doing. Bunch of 16, 17, 18-year-old kids.
I'm going to dispute this North Coast section thing. They don't have 98 listed. You know they won it in 98, too. They've won it.
Yeah.
So I think it's 12 straight, Steve. North Coast section championships, 4 USA Today national championships, and 151 straight games. And, of course, the great legacy of De La Salle, all the great players that have went there. And we were glad to bring it to you here tonight on Comcast.
Yes, we were, Dan.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up another season, Steve. It's been a great one. We'll see you, in September again. Never know, Steve. We could see Pittsburgh early next year again. They open against Miramani. Antioch opens against Monte Vista. We'll have one of those great games for you early.
Nothing to lose your head about. It's just another undefeated season by De La Salle.
That's right. All right, it's been a great season, Steve. We don't have any more game schedules, any of that kind of stuff to show you. We'll have basketball for you guys in January, so please come back. We should have De La Salle and probably Pittsburgh both included in that as well. For Steve Sanchez, Matt Bolander, and our great Comcast crew, this is Dan Wall saying goodnight for the last time in 2003 from Oakland, where the final score was De La Salle 39, Pittsburgh nothing. It's been a high school sports production brought to you by Comcast and Walnut Creek.
Happy holidays and good night, everybody.
taken my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of bad kicks in my face, but I've come through. And I need to go on, 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 on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. I've taken my bows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses.